company at the Lavington Sports Ground as the Myrtleford Alpine Saints prepare to lock horns with the Lavington Panthers here on 102.1 Edge FM. Gus McLeod, Scott Montgomery, David Wink and Liam Scammell joining us here on O&M Live this afternoon. Both sides are out on the ground, and if you are tuning in for the first time, the ground's in relatively good condition, gents, barring the centre wicket, which does resemble most turf wickets at this time of the year.
It does, yeah. It's not looking great, is it? I'm sure Scams loves getting out there normally at this ground and doing what he does, except probably the last game that you played here.
Lost a couple of grannies here.
Yeah, probably not ideal, but you just do your bit. Personally, you don't mind it here.
Yeah, don't mind it here, mate. It's usually a pretty flat track that time of year in March. A bit harder
short,
than
straight.
what it is. Yeah, short, straight, but a bit wet and boggy today, Mont.
And the rest of the ground looks in reasonable condition. Normally we see this side of the ground really get chewed up, but obviously has been getting looked after pretty well by the council at the moment.
Yeah, well, for this time of year, mate, it's about as good a day for footy as you're going to get. So,
would Lavy be training on this, or would they use the one over there during the week?
Changes, I think. They just get told.
They do train on it, but normally the wicket is
covered.
Scammer, looks like the toss has been won. Did John O'Spooner from Lavington or Mitchy Del Bosco from Myrtleford?
I think it was won by Lavington there, mate.
Yeah, and they're going to kick to the Hannah Street end.
The Hannah Street end, the right of screen.
Very, very good. Big shout out to Travie Cartwright, who's on the camera this afternoon. Travie's he's got himself a nice little spot up on the roof there. So great to have the best in the business, Trav Cartwright, and of course the team from Wangaratta and Indigo Computers, Jackson and Luke Chilcott, bringing the live stream.
Just an extra shadow now forecast over the ground with Travie upstairs.
You can see a little marquee shadow down there on the ground. We're not too far away.
If it starts taking off, just duck.
Yeah, and a big shout out to everyone who's on the boundary as well, amongst the sheds. Stay under them because if the marquee comes, Travie will be parachuting down. Lockie Murphy-Dale, he's back in the lineup for his second game in a row, only the third of the season. Who's going to get the job on him today, Monty? He's a barometer for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Yeah, I reckon Douglas will. He got the job last week on Spiteri, the most dangerous mid-sized forward, so I think Douglas will be to get the first option. If that doesn't work out, I think Bennett's the other option because he's quite strong and he's also quite quick, like we know that Lockie Murphy-Dale is as well.
Righto, gents, let's get some predictions here on O&M Live. We're starting with you, Liam Scammell, thanks to Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better. Who are you leaning towards today and why?
Lavy in a close one, mate. I just think they're very organised with the sort of game style they want to play. Schneider's, got the personnel and a very organised outfit, so I think they'll win by 8 points for me.
David Wink?
I reckon Lavington's going to go away by 3 goals and Charlie Sanson's going to kick 4.
Charlie Sanson? Of course, his dad, the premiership coach from the reunion that's
20
been
years ago, yes,
celebrated today. That'll be a nice little milestone if that one comes off. What about you, Scotty Montgomery?
I'm going to go same as 2005. It's going to be a kick right on the bell for Lavy to win by a point.
Really?
I reckon Lavy's going to win by about 4 or 5, but I hope that happens.
I was going to say, then who's going to kick the winner? McKimmie?
Yeah, McKimmie will come back. He's got the bald head. I just ran past him upstairs there, but it might be the big Rooster, I reckon, might kick the winner.
I reckon he might be onto something today. I reckon the Rooster's going to have a day out.
Who's going to get the job on him? Brady Sharp?
I think he'll potentially look to start on him. I think Lockie Hourigan might be a tad slow for him in the D50, but
bit on the size as well.
Yeah, the other one is Riley Calvin.
Yep.
We know he can play at both ends of the ground. He's a really good leader. Seen him being thrown in the midfield at occasionals just to throw a bit of a bigger
defensive
body and
pressure.
some weight around. So
he's going back right now as the teams go out. So
who knows
might get that option.
Happen there today. So we're about to get underway here on O&M Live. It looks like Lavington, they will be kicking to the right of your screen or your radio dial, the Hannah Street ends, and the Panthers will be defending the Lavington number 2 ends, and really intrigued to see what this forward line looks like for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Looks like Sharp and Lockie Murphy-Dale will start deep.
Yep, and it looks like at the other end of the ground, Sharp has got the job on Ulsterhoff.
So watch this space.
Looks like Chris Annette's going to go to Lockie Murphy-Dale too.
I like that. Big shout out as well to umpire Jed Palmer, who holds the Sharon aloft in game number 350 this afternoon here on O&M Live. Thanks to A-Grade Oils and Batteries. Scott Montgomery's got the first turn between Lavington and the Alpine Saints.
As umpire Palmer throws it up, give that one to Smith, gets the first tap. East with a quick handball. It's chopped off by Glanville. His kick smothered. Still rocking around in the centre. Tenardi over it. Taken to ground without it. Umpire says play on. Ball is give Glanville at ground level again. Jeez, he's strong over the footy. Tackled straight away by Smith, and we'll get a repeat stoppage. Ball still in the centre square, far side. as Smith just throws it back to umpire Palmer. As Gussie said, celebrating a milestone today. Smith gets another tap. Tenardi's there at ground level for the Saints. Tackled straight away by Perryman. He's caught holding the footy on centre wing. Perryman gets the first of his today. Gets it going through Newton. He's going to go long and strong looking for the Rooster. Soft this throws. Sharp out of the way.
Whistle.
And umpire says nope. Holding the man, and Sharp will have it at full back for the Saints.
Nice sign and good entry from Lavington early. Out wide, ball's in the hands of Bowen Calogero. In front of the netball court flank here at Lavington. Just takes a bit of the sting out of the game before he penetrates inboard. Lockie Murphy-Dale was the target, didn't work out. Perryman gathers on the 40-wing stat sheet inside 50 for Lavington. And a nice mark being taken out on the lead. Who's coming through there? Is it
Nico Sedgwick?
It's Nico Sedgwick who's taken the mark. And I tell you what, he's got rid of the locks, Monty. He's got a nice little do these days. And Sedgwick will go back 35 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Just a costly turnover coming off half-back there. Lockie Murphy-Dale obviously hitting up, and a poor kick, turn it over, and nice inside 50 and hit up here for Nico Sedgwick.
Sedgwick with a measured approach for Lavington to the Hannah Street end. Didn't quite get a nice piece of connection. It's across the face for a minor score. So thanks to Game Traffic and Contracting, Lavington on the board first with a minor score. We've played just under 2 minutes thanks to Maccas.
As the ball is going to be Simon Curtis, who's been in a red-hot form here for the Saints. His last month has been absolutely unbelievable. Of course, Premiership coach from Lavington 2019. Nice long kick, looking for a guster. Ball's going to be fumbled over the boundary line by Beatty. No, Damon Harrington it was. And he says, Paddy Ryan, what are you doing pushing me into the bench, young fella? Leave me alone. It's a young boundary umpire right in front of the benches here. Plenty of instructions, as you can hear through a FX mic, going early. Tossed in, bit shallow. Smith gets that tap. Calogero, nice handball. Tenardi gets the clearance for the Saints, and it's a beautiful kick find. Bren on the lead at half forward. Bren, what can he do? He's got runners, but says no. He's going to kick it inside 50. It's a nice kick looking for Murphy-Dale, and he's found him. And I reckon Dozer will go back and have a shot from about 40 outside angle.
He's just so crafty. You only needed a couple of metres there, Murphy-Dale, just to find a little bit of space to the sort of skinny side of the ground. And that was enough to take what was nearly an uncontested mark, Mont. And
you watched it, he was actually behind those defenders when the kick hit the boot from Bren, I feel. So he's being told by Bren where to go with that kick. It was out in the space. So it was a beautiful kick. And Murphy-Dale now returned to form last week with first game back. He's on the move. He'll set sail from about 45. He's on the run now. Murphy-Dale sets sail home, and it's a shallow kick to the skinny side, through for a minor score. That's their first score of the day. It's one apiece here on the Game Traffic and Contracting scoreboard, and we've gone 3.5 minutes thanks to Maccas.
Here on O&M Live, it's going to be Patton with the kick-in duties from full-back. It's a long kick out to the Velodrome side, not the best. Lavington regather some composure. Newton got burnt by hands as they kick long down the line. Going to work out okay to find Jack Glanville. Left foot kick over the top, finds brother Billy. Umpire said not 15, play on. Now Jack goes on the left down the line once again. Intercepted nicely by Calvin, who wants to just take a bit of sting here and suck a bit of life out of the contest. Retreating by hands. Myrtleford want to come across half-back. Dangerous kick. Here's an opportunity. The handball from Driscoll wasn't great. Missed it. Now Ulsterhoff picks up the footy for Lavington. Handball is a hit and hope. Picked up nicely there by Calogero on the Saints via Curtis. Kick up to half forward. Sharp. This is Riley. Out on the lead. Handball's trying to find a teammate. Jesse Hart's there for the Panthers. Feeds it back to Douglas. And Lavington survive a scare.
And Perriman now's got it on centre wing. Takes the uncontested mark and goes straight away. His kick looking for Swinnerton was a bit shallow. Well read by Hourigan, who takes the mark. He's going to switch the play, and he finds Del Bosco at centre half back for the Saints, and he goes. Takes one bounce. He's got room, and he'll keep going. Should he have a third? He says, nah, I'm going to chuck it on the boot and head to half forward. It's not a great kick. And well read by Hart, but it's been spoiled. Ball's come to ground level. It's found its way to Smith. Smith's kick inside 50, looking for Murphy-Dale. Unattended inside 50, not the bloke you want to leave all by himself. Murphy-Dale on the boot, sets Salva home. Oh, hits the post, minor score. There's 0-2. Lavington 1 behind on the Game Traffic and Contracting scoreboard, and we've gone 5 minutes thanks to Maccas.
David,
Murphy-Dale's causing Lavington back six problems already.
So Patton with the kicking duties from fullback. He's now going to hug the boundary line. Works out okay. Ed Perryman. What sort of numbers are we looking at for Ed today, Winky? What's a par mark?
I reckon 25 will be a good day for Ed. He's already up to the 440 wing stat sheets.
He goes back into the goal square, finds Billy Glanville, and now they go out wide, do the Panthers. So Myrtleford done a really good job at pressing here, up towards Costello. He takes the mark on the lead, and it's a nice bit of kick mark play here for Lavington. They're going to play methodically and bring it out towards our broadcast side. Patton's got it at centre half back. Got it via Costello, wants to attack the corridor. Bit off more than he could chew. Murphy Dale's there to intercept. Costello's on hands and knees. Did he get one high?
Nope.
Umpire said no, we'll ball the footy up. So that costly kick coming through the corridor results in a bit of a turnover and a stoppage in the middle of the Lavington Sports Ground.
As Driscoll wins that one over the top of Smith. Ball at ground level. Tenardi tackled straight away. Umpire says, I'll have it again. The ball up just inside the centre square. Myrtleford end of the ground. Umpire Palmer sets someone high. Smith wins another one. He's had plenty of it already. Goes and gets it at ground level now too. Does Big Riley. Tackled. And we'll have another ball up in exactly the same spot from Umpire Palmer. As we have a look at those 40 winks, please, David.
4 to Ed Perryman and Billy Glanville early for the Lavy Panthers. 3 to Bowen Calagero for the Myrtleford Saints.
And Tenardi, he's brought his own footy as well. Tenardi goes inside 50 now for the Saints. Oh, good grab. Really strong hands there from Riley Sharp. And I reckon he'll go back and have a shot from about 45 out. 45 degree angle, exactly the same spot where Lockie Murphy-Dale had his last shot.
Yeah, you called it perfectly, Mont, there. Strong grab, hands out in front, the big strong jukes from the big man, and he'll line up and kick from probably 48, I'd say, Mont.
Jono Spinner's got the job on Sharp today, and he's about 45, so I reckon, yeah, 48, you're right, Scam. There's Sharp now. Starts to move towards his target. Might arc around and get a bit more, and he does now. Sharp sets Salva home. Looks nice off the boot if it's got the leg. It does. No! Umpire says touched on the line. It was well done by big Jack Driscoll. That's what your ruckman's got to do. Get back and help your defenders out. And he touches that one over. That's Myrtle, third behind. 1 behind to Lavington on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Gone 7.5 minutes thanks to Maccas.
Darcy Smith for the Panthers. True centre wing on the grandstand side. Pink wheels, won't miss him. Long down the line. Brady Sharp in the hole, and Timmy Usterhoff got there a little bit late.
Jake's not liking it.
And Jake said, get your hands off my brother and I will fly the flag. Lavington, they're going to survive a scare here because the kick from Brady Sharp was intercepted by Billy Glanville. Edge of the centre square, penetrates Lavington inside 50. Great communication from Perryman to allow Charlie Sanson to fly uncontested 25 metres out, directly in front of the Hannah Street end. And
great ball use from Billy Glanville there. Obviously, intercept mark firstly, and he's probably more renowned for his inside game, but yeah, beautiful sort of 45, 50 metre lace-out pass there to Sanson.
That's 2 kicks now, Myrtleford to try to bite off going through the middle of the ground where they've turned it over from their half-back line. They've just got to be a lot better, use the ball a lot better, because they can't let Lavington have shots at goal like this. So it's going to be Charlie Sanson, who Wink picked for a day out today. 4, he said. 4. They're the 7th ranked team in the competition for accuracy in front of goal. Lavington, and kicks like that make that stat pretty ordinary because it's through the big sticks. First goal on the A-grade Oils and Batteries scoreboard goes the way of Lavington. They move to 1-1-7. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints 3 behinds on O&M Live. We played 9 minutes thanks to Maccas. He does that part of the game really well, does Charlie Sanson, when he gets his opportunities. But Billy Glanville, Scam just mentioned there, he's already up to the 5 stats on the 40-wing stat sheet, continuing on his good form. The turnovers from both teams are killing each other, especially Myrtleford. They've turned it over a couple of times coming out of half-back. But especially by hands as well. Lavington have turned it over a few times as well. Both sides would want to clean that up. We know that they want to link up by hand, don't we, David? They've just got to make sure they pick the right option. As that tap goes to Driscoll, but Eastie's there, gets the clearing kick for the Saints. High up and under. Oh, well read, Alex Bennett. Been one of the recruits of the year, I reckon, this year, Alex Bennett. Been fantastic down back for the Panthers. That kick's not a great one. Jake Sharp loses his footing, goes past him. Nick Sedgwick's back on it for the Panthers. Gives it to Paddy Ryan, hard against the boundary line. Ryan goes inside 50. Coming across was Del Bosco. And it goes out of bounds, and we'll throw in 30 around from the Lavington goal in the deep in the pocket.
Winky, we spoke pre-game just if there'd be any tags, but it looks like it's going pretty head-to-head early on. As you said, Glanville and Perryman both finding plenty of the footy. Yeah, both seem to be doing their own thing out there. Austin Weeks, haven't noticed him go to anyone on. D50 throw in here for the Alpine Saints to combat.
Top of the goal square goes the footy in dispute, losing his footing.
Free kick.
It's a free kick, top of the goal square, and Wink could be on here. It's going to go the way of Charlie Sanson once again, and David Wink.
There. Look at the smile on his face too. Look at that. Hopefully the GoPro's looking at that, because look at you go. He's so happy.
He's got to go back and kick it.
They call Dale Thomas the Oracle. Well, you both can call me the same thing. Charlie's going to bang this through.
What's half an Oracle? Because you're not as big as Daisy. So.
Well, I don't know what an Oracle is, Angus.
We'll just call you the Rickle.
You might sell him short here, mate. He could kick a bag.
Here's Charlie Sanson looking for back-to-back goals and to extend the margin to 10 points for the Panthers. He steers it through. At the 11-minute mark, Lavington kicked their second. They move to 2-1. The Alpine Saints 3 behinds on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Call 1-800-GET-GAME.
4 inside 50s for Lavington. They've had 3 shots on goal, so they're getting really good opportunities when they go inside and finishing their work early.
That's the voice of David Winks, thanks to 40 Winks. Also got Liam Scammell for Corridor Tiles, and Gus McLeod and myself for the Northo Hotel.
Austin Weeks might have gone to Jack Costello here. They're just in front of us out on the wing, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Ball back in the middle now, tossed up. Smith up against Cook. Give that one to Smith. Newton taken high. Umpire says yes, that's free kick. Now he's taking the advantage. Under pressure straight away. Gives it to Bennett. He's just running backwards. He's lost about 50 metres as Newton. As now he throws on the boot. And where did Cook get there with so much space? Takes an uncontested mark. Does the big ruckman. Cook plays on now. Going to go inside 50. There's a poor kick. He's going to go out on the full, actually, in front of the race.
It's been a bit of the theme early, Mont. I'd say both sides just haven't quite settled by foot. A number of turnovers for both sides.
Absolutely. The ball's in the back pocket with Kelvin now for the Saints. That's a beautiful kick, that one. Finds Smith at centre-half back. Smith looking to go through the middle ground to Murphy-Dale. It's a poor kick, misses him. And Net's there to mop it up for the Panthers and go back inside 50. He's found some space, has the big rooster. And the ball's hit his chest, and he'll go back now and have a shot from 45 out slide angle. Again,
costly turnovers. Murphy-Dale hitting up through the middle of the ground, but just weren't able to find him. And, you know, when they turn it over like they do in the middle of the ground there, Gussie, it makes those entries very efficient.
Absolutely. Just keep tabs on Nick Newton too, Scam. He's limped off the ground and in the hands of the Lavy trainers.
Straight
so
on the table,
one.
I think.
Yep. Look out for Nick Newton. Bit of an early blow for the Panthers.
As the big rooster, Timmy Ulsterhoff, what can he do? Gets the stutter step going. Drops it with that beautiful glove on that right hand. And that's straight through the middle. Hot start for the Panthers now. They go to 3-3-21. 3-1-19. Myrtleford 3 behind on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. And we've gone 13 minutes thanks to Maccas.
He's come back after having that broken hand in really good form, hasn't he, the big rooster? I think he kicked 5 goals. He was held goalless last week, but he's looked really dangerous. He looks a lot fitter and looks like he's fixed those goal-kicking yips that he had last year. He's a real asset for the Lavy Panthers in 2025, Scam.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And yeah, from a Myrtleford point, they just really need to clean it up by foot. 2 costly turnovers resulting in direct goals, basically, from turnover through the middle of the ground. Around
the grounds, Evolution Roofing, Wangaratta out to an early 3-goal lead over Yarrawonga. As are the Panthers here over the Alpine Saints. Umpire calls for a stoppage in the centre of the ground once again, and we'll ball it up. 14 minutes gone here thanks to Maccas. And it's 19-3. Lavington in front of the Alpine Saints, who just are yet to click into gear. Well, repeat stoppage in the centre of the sports ground once again. In the ruck is Aidan Cook up against Riley Smith. Good positioning from Smith. Brought the ball to ground level. Maracas handball was okay. And now Myrtleford are under the pump inside forward 50 with a poor entry. Hart's got some work to do. Nice pick up there. Swinging on goal is Agosta. Top of the goal square or through the middle. Kai Agosta, opportunistic, former Box Hill Hawk star, found a home inside forward 50, and that's what you need from your crumbing types, taking something from a small chance, Scam.
Well called, mate. Yeah, it was a poor entry, but Agosta just it made the most of not much there. So a classy finish as well on the right foot.
David Winks and 40 Winks.
Just Jack Costello's only had the 2 touches. He's just come from the ground, and Austin Winks has followed him every way. So looks like that tag is in place, and Austin's going to follow Jack all day.
Ball back in the middle now. Cook and Cossa. The second ruckman of that is Cook gets that clearing kick and goes inside 50. Good fist from Beatty on Driscoll. Ground level was Ryan. Ball just fumbles around. Here's Tanani now for the Saints. Can he set him up? Goes out in front of Riccardi. Riccardi's got to be clean, but he's not the first time, and he goes back and get it. Good tackle here by the Panthers. They get a ball up on centre wing, just in front of the Lavington bench. It's a nice little lead here, 10 points for the Panthers in this first quarter. The game travelling contracting scoreboard. Of course, A-grade Oars and Battery bringing us this first quarter. Munro gets that one. Back to Maraca. Gets the clearing kick down the line, looking for Sharp. Well done, Hart. Ryan's at ground level, can't pick it up. East goes and gets it and gets tackled straight away. We'll have a ball up now in front of the Myrtleford bench. Only about 10 metres away as we go to the 40-wing stat sheet with David Wink.
Mitch Tenardi up to the 4 disposals, getting busy for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints in the middle of the ground.
Need him in my fantasy team to step up today. Right on cue, he's tackled by Jack Costello. A really promising youngster in this competition, and looks like Wicks is starting to drop that tag. He's lining up on
He's stuck
Tenardi.
on the bench.
Can't get on. Inside 50, that was Harrington. Bit of a grubber ball, Agosta trying to pop up with something once again. Dispossessed. Clever hands to find Glanville as Lavington exit D50. Riccardi sat in front of Sedgwick and just read it better than the lot. He's got the ball between centre wing and half forward for Myrtleford, and this is the part of the game they've struggled to execute well. Inside 50 goes Riccardi. We've got a whistle. Free kick to Myrtleford, I should say. And it's going to go the way of Sharp. It's going to be Big Riley. And umpire's called time off here, Scam, for Korowa better, but it's just going to be a free kick to Big Sharp.
I think so, mate. Not sure. It was, plucked it out there. It was probably just two of the big men wrestling. Could have gone either way, really.
Jesse Hart not happy with that.
No, he's not, and he's actually caught one in the gob, I reckon, from the couple of players coming through. So just fixing his nose up now. So yeah, he might have just caught one.
10 metres in from the boundary. Riley Sharp, 30 metres out, strikes it beautifully. Gee, that's a good kick from Big Riley. And after a slow start, Myrtleford kicked back-to-back goals. 2 goals 3, plays 3 goals 1 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard, and Myrtleford Alpine Saints have responded.
Yeah, he's looked somewhat dangerous early, Sharp. Just a big body down the line, big marking target, Winky, and if they aren't able to have that pure, hit up target with those entries, having a big man like that can create a contest down the line is, very helpful. Having
a 200-centimetre key forward who can go back and slot him from there is the wish list of any coach, I would have thought, Mon.
Absolutely, it was a really nice finish, wasn't it, for Big Sharpie. Ball back in the middle. Costa and Driscoll go at it. Ball just fumbles around. Douglas dispossessed for the Panthers. Costello goes and gets it. Lurch. Nice handball to Jack Glanville. His kick's out in front of Swinnerton. Gets a handball back to Jack Glanville. Glanville's kick goes for his sleeved partner in crime in Jakey O'Brien. Takes it on centre wing. Looking for an option for the middle of the ground. Nothing on. Sun dead set in the middle of his eyes as he tries to shield it. He's kicked to half forward. Finds Smith. It's a really good mark from Darcy. Smith wants to go straight away. Has no options now. He's got to wait. He's going to arc around. He's going to set it to the top of the goal square. He's got Sedgwick all in a space. What a grab that is. And Simon Curtis made him earn it. He's paid the 50. And Nico Sedgwick will go back and kick another one from the goal line.
Beautiful ball use by Darcy Smith there, just inside 50. It was a pretty crowded 50 there, Mont. So just took a little bit of weight off it there, Smith, and a lovely ball use.
As Sedgwick just puts that one through for Mawson's concrete play of the day with that kick from Smith. Absolutely fantastic. To find that sort of space inside 50 was great work from Sedgwick and a really good kick from Smith.
He's really added something to this Lavington team since coming back in, Sedgy. He's a real tough nut and just stands in the hole, takes that mark and gets the goal for the Lavington Panthers. Billy Glanville's up to the 7 disposals. Ed Perryman's still on the 4. Nick Newton has the 2 disposals. We haven't seen him come back on the ground just yet. We'll try and get an update on him as he just runs on the ground now to the wing.
Good timing.
A little bit proppy, doesn't he, Scam, Nick Newton?
Yeah, he does, mate. Yeah. Perhaps an ankle or a calf, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Tenardi won the clearance, wasn't the best kick, works out okay for Riccardi. On the overlapping run, it's Mitch Tenardi once again. Inside 50, on a silver platter. Riley Smith just couldn't fumble it. Great defensive work there from John Ospina. I reckon he got just enough in that to intercept and make a contest, but Tenardi looks to be on today. Winky, how many numbers on the 40 wings?
6 for Mitch and a number of clearances to go with that, Gussie.
35 metres out from goal. Cossa on the tap for Myrtleford. Here's Tenardi on cue once again. He's wrapped in a tackle and dumped. Umpire said no free kick. Scott Montgomery for the Northo will ball the footy up in dangerous territory for Lavington.
I reckon you loved that little Riccardi Tenardi then, didn't you, Gussie?
Big
Bit of a
time.
tongue twister. Ball's up, inside 50, Colin Jarrow, tackled straight away, Costello as well. Umpire says we'll ball it straight back up, same spot. So we've gone 20 minutes thanks to Maccas. 10-point lead on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard to the Panthers. Ball tossed up, Cossa wins that one. Perryman goes and gets a clearing kick. Sitting under it, but it's Brodie Riccardi. Riccardi, what can he do? He's looking for an option. He's got Colin Jarrow short, goes over his head. Not a great kick, and Will Lurch takes the mark in the back pocket. He's going to transfer to the play straight away. Costello takes it in the back pocket and just goes for a chipping kick looking for Patton. What can Patton do? Plays on straight away with that booming left kick, and it's a beauty. Finds Cook, and they're on centre wing, and away they go, overlapping handball.
Oh, the handball from Cook wasn't great. Billy Glanville made it look better than what it was. They're hugging the boundary line. Dangerous kick, works out okay for Ulster.
Nope.
Out of bounds.
On the full.
Out of bounds on the full. I reckon Paddy Ryan had locked that one back. It was a good target, but just went a little bit out, a bit skew-if off the boot. Ball's in the hands of Muncher, Matty Munro, and he's turned it over. Gee, the turnover count's been high in this first term.
Check that ball. Can you scam when you're out there at quarter time? Might be a bit flat.
Scam wouldn't be turning it over. Perryman, his numbers, please.
6 for Ed.
On to Glanville, inside 50. Big contest forms. Charlie Sanson dropped a dolly. Here's a chance for Sedgwick. Handball to Sanson. Tackled as he went to kick. Umpire said play on. Costello had his pocket picked. Fed it back to Charlie. Winky's man, top of the goal square. Pinballs around and seen across for a minor score by Brady Sharp. He plays on quickly and he finds Agosta in the back pocket. The minor score plays 26-15 here for A-grade oars and batteries. And now Mitch Del Bosco has it for Myrtleford across half-back.
Chipping kick finds Kelvin, who plays on straight away. It's a beautiful kick to the far side. He's got Hourigan, who links up with Beatty, who takes a bounce after one step. He wants to take another one now and tackle. You're gone, Diesel. See you later. Patton said thank you very much. You're more like an unlettered ute. As Patton now goes inboard, and that's a beautiful kick. Finds Perryman. Perryman breaks the centre square. He's kicking to space looking for Newton, and Newton takes the mark in the forward pocket, and he'll go back. Normally a classy finisher.
We keep saying it, whether it's by foot or someone getting run down like that, that turnover through the middle of the ground has just been so costly for Myrtleford in this first quarter, and Perryman was just able to find some space and stream with that inside 50.
When the good ball users get it in their hands, it normally turns out pretty well for Lavington as Newton just goes across the face through for a minor score. They go to 4-3-27. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints 2-3-15 game traffic and contracting scoreboard, and we have gone 23 minutes thanks to Maccas.
From full-back, Myrtleford trying to find Sharp, nutmegged Jake. Now Jesse Hart, well, that's not the best kick. It went backwards. Looked like me teeing off at the Albury Country Club. Or Thaguna Country Club, I should say. Jake Sharp marks edge of the centre square. I reckon he's had a fresh cut during the week, boys. Sharpie.
Yes, Sharp.
Out wide, Declan Bren returning to the club after a stint with Bright. He's playing some good footy. Inside 50, trying to find Riley on the half volley. Patton just run into a brick wall. And in the end, the umpire calls for the football ball up in the pocket. They're starting to click into gear now, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, with their ball movement. They've got a stoppage inside forward 50. 27 plays 15. It's Lavington in front of the Alpine Saints here, thanks to game traffic and contracting. Smith won the tap. Perryman got it onto Jack Glanville. Now the left boot high up and under. Long down the line. Well done, Simon Curtis. Up against Aidan Cook. He gathers the own footy. Feeds it back. Got it off Maracca. On the non-preferred. Geez, good this guy.
Stop it.
Finds Jackson East. And Simon Curtis is like a fine bottle of wine. Better with age, Liam Scammell and Jackson East. We'll go back and have a set shot.
It was indeed, mate. Yeah, just beautiful little 15-metre inbound pass on the left foot.
Here's East. He's an A-grader in my books, and with kicking like that, there's no reason why he shouldn't be. A bomb from downtown for Myrtleford to kick their third. 3-3-21 to 4-3-27. We've got a game of footy here thanks to A-grade oars and batteries.
He let Charlie Douglas know all about that one after he kicked it too. The Myrtleford Saints are really starting to get involved now. They're up to the 8 inside 50 to Lavy's 10, really taking ascendancy in the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game.
Bit of attention on the boundary for Liam Scammell, fan favourite here at Lavington. Thanks to Corowa better.
Not the first time Scams had a cheer squad follow him around, Gussie.
Wow, that's unbelievable. That was like full-on cheerleader type stuff, the way she was jumping around.
She's normally your number one cheerleader, isn't she?
Haven't I been dethroned?
As Tenardi gets another clearance for the Saints. Jeez, he's been good to start this quarter. Goes sideways and finds Jake Sharp, the former coach. What can he do? Got a couple of short options. Going to bite off a hard one looking for East. Douglas is wearing him like a glove. Collegiero feeds it back to Maraca. Maraca's kick. Cook's the one going back with fly. Good grab, Cook. For the Panthers. Now has it in the centre of the ground. He's going to play on straight away. He's got the two Glanvilles. Who's going to get there first? Billy and Jack. They link up. They would have done that in the backyard a lot. Jack's kick over the top looking for Osterhoff. Taken out of it by Curtis, who goes and gets it at ground level. His kick looking for Smith at centre wing. Goes over the back and Jack Driscoll has it, and he's going to go short and find Darcy Smith.
Darcy got it on a nice mark, but he's well held on the mark by Collegiero. Siren. Darcy Smith, you cannot kick that far. It's a 95-metre punt incoming from Darcy. This will be lucky to penetrate inside 50.
No, I don't mind it. Get the stats up.
Get the stats up. He's rather ambitious, Darcy. I think he thinks he's a chance. Torpedo punt, no good. Quarter time here at the Lavington Sports Ground, and according to scoreboard, it's 0-0. So thank God we've got the app. Lavington 4-3-27 to the Alpine Saints 3-3-21. All thanks to A-grade oils and batteries. The second term is coming your way on the other side of the break on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
My family is my first priority. We go on adventures. We treat each other well. We look after one another. And Tobin Brothers Funerals will treat you like family too. They take pride in creative funeral solutions and will fulfill you and your family's wishes, so if it's legal, it's possible. Tobin Brothers Funerals, family owned since 1934. And now, caring for your family here in Wodonga and Corowa. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The Athlete's Foot. Fit for every run.
Live on Edge FM.
We certainly are live at Lavington, where the Panthers have their noses in front after an entertaining first term. 4-3-27 to 3-3-21. Thanks to our good friends at Albury Vital Air, helping you breathe easier day and night. Albury Vital Air, you can now find the team in Wangaratta. Winky, who was the quarter's best?
I thought Billy Glanville with the 10 disposals for Lavington did a lot of the in and under stuff, made some intercepts as well, which probably isn't a part of his game that we're used to seeing. So defensive pressure's been good from Billy too. And then Mitch Tenardi, I was really impressed with him. I've only seen him once earlier this year and was a bit disappointed. He had an off day, but he come with big raps, and we certainly seen him some of his best work in that first quarter. Thanks to
Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better, Liam Scammell's boundary side amongst the people and his cheer squad.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I got to both huddles, and as we said a few times through the call there, it was turnovers was the key theme out of both huddles. The first thing Schneid said was, boys, put your hand up if you've got a turnover from one of their kicks. So that's a key focus of the way that they want to play, and it was a similar message at Myrtleford in terms of needing to clean that ball use up, especially coming off half-back.
There's a few more fans behind you there. Yeah. Liam just getting amongst the people.
He's just a man of the people.
I snuck a couple of jelly beans in too, boys.
Did ya?
He's really happy about it too.
Yeah, bring the lollies up. No, we got our own. We
bring our own.
We bring our own.
Scott Montgomery always brings a big bag of lollies for the crew.
Yeah, I usually eat 3/4 of it too, just quietly.
Tell you who's eating the lollies. Who was it in the AFL the other day? Who coaches the Giants? Adam Kingsley. They reckon he smashed about 2 bags of lollies during their game.
He's a big unit. He's got to fill up.
I think he can fill
up
up
those biceps.
Winky, couple of the key stats on the 40 Winks.
Well, one that stood out, we spoke about the turnovers from both sides. Lavington 5 intercept marks that quarter, Myrtleford 4. Both of these sides ranked second and third with 13 each. So that's a really key stat for both of them. If you want to get the football going, you want to turn it over and springboard from your defence. So that's a really good start from both sides in that category.
We're just about to get underway here in the second term. It's all thanks to Jayco Albury Wodonga here on 102.1 Edge FM or Snap Print Solutions O&M TV. Hope you're enjoying the pictures from Travis Cartwright and the team at Wangaratta and Indigo Computers.
Just the GoPro, Gussie. Didn't get my hand gestures.
Didn't get your hand gestures. I thought you were pointing at an injury. Here we go, the second term for Jayco with Scotty Mon.
As Smith and Driscoll go at it, Perryman gets a clearing kick for the Panthers, goes inside 50, but Simon Curtis just chops that one off. Gets the intercepting mark and goes, get out there. Big fellas, I'm going to kick it out in front of you. Augusta gets pushed off it. Augusta.
Like Augustus Glump from Charlie
I
and the Chocolate
was actually
Factory.
watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in the week. Well, young fellas have found some of those old school movies and I love it. As Hart's kick now, chopped off again by that man Simon Curtis. Any chance of him not kicking to him? He's changed team, boys. He's not at the Panthers anymore. He goes sideways, finds Sharp at fullback, looking for Del Bosco. Well done, Smith. Darcy gets over and fists it over the line, right in front of the scoreboard as we're gone 45 seconds thanks to Macca's.
Well, I'll get some around the grounds too, Monty, thanks to Evolution Roofing when we can.
Yep, give me a sec.
Boundary throw-in at half forward for Lavington. In the scoreboard side, Perryman just busts through the pack, dispossessed, fed the handball back to Glanville. Now Ryan is wrapped up in a big Declan Bren tackle. Umpire calls for a stoppage once again. What's catching your eye, Mons?
Rovers have a 14-point lead over Albury, 9-point lead for the Dogs over North Albury. The 3-point lead for the Roos over the Raiders and a 28-point lead for Wangaratta over Yarrawonga.
All thanks to Evolution Roofing as Billy Glanville kicks Lavington inside 50. Great positioning there from Sharp. That was Brady. Staying inside the field of play here. Sedgwick's got some work to do. Well picked up by Costello. Got it onto Swinnerton. Cook couldn't quite hang on. Now Sean Driscoll tied up in the pocket. And Brady Sharp applies a crunching defensive tackle. The umpire's going to ball it up 25 metres from Lavington goal.
Little shout out for the reunion boys. They're getting a bit loud and boisterous, I reckon.
And it's only, 2 minutes in the second. Good.
Apparently the Twos boys had a fair one last night. They're, of course, celebrating 2015. It's a clearing kick from Hourigan, up and under. Punched on by Bren. And net just fisted as well. Patton gets a handball, chopped off there by Wicks. Now Riccardi's got it for the Saints. His handball's chopped off as well. Hart gets it to Jack Glanville. His handball's been chopped off. East now finds a teammate, and it's Wicks. Just throws it on the boot around the corner. Lockie Murphy-Dale standing there all by himself, but Bennett's going to get back for the Panthers and get it first. Spinner gets a handball to Driscoll. He's got a little kick sideways looking for Ryan. Ryan's picked it up cleanly. Gets it to Cook. Half volley, dropped it. Ball now just tries to fist it on. East, handball to Tenardi. Tenardi to Harrington. Back to East. Can East finally find a teammate? His kick's up and under. Oh, good grab from Bennett. The Panthers have it at half back and will get moving again.
And he switches beautifully to a flurry of Lavington players, one of whom is Billy Glanville, and he feeds it out wide to Jack. Jack on the Velodrome side wing on the left boot. High up and under's okay. Smith's in the hole. He marks out in front. True centre wing Velodrome side comes inboard to big Jack Driscoll. In the centre circle. Is the umpire going to pay 50?
Oh,
gee, he got away with that one, Kai Agosta. It's actually worked out okay for Myrtleford. It allows him to set up behind the ball. Jack Driscoll gave it to where it come from. This is Glanville. Jack, left foot kicks okay. Finds brother Billy, who's racking up the 40 winks disposals. At half forward, it's a methodical build-up for Lavington. And Darcy Smith's 55 from home. Mongrel punt works out okay. Costello from a standing start. Don't tell me. Jeez, you wouldn't have gotten a more ugly goal assist than what Darcy Smith would have served up there. Costello misses with the minor score. 4-4-28 to 3-3-21. It's Lavington in front of the Saints for C&V Truck and Bus.
He's been good, Darcy Smith, but he just went for the little Brian Myers across the body there, didn't he? And
something always happens when he's involved.
Is that a falcon?
It was, I think, from Alex Bennett, who got up on the shoulders of Declan Brand, but then got falcon as the ball's back in the forward pocket for the Panthers. Sharp, nice handball, finds Tenardi. He's all over the ground at the moment, Tenardi. Clearing kick there, comes out looking for Augusta. He's dispossessed of it by Hart, who jumps on it. Umpire says, I'll have that one back, thank you, boys. 7-point lead for the Panthers. Gone 4 minutes thanks to Maccas. Of course, that scoreboard's all thanks to C&V Truck and Bus. Second quarter action thanks to Jayco. Smith and Driscoll. Perryman, great handball, finds Billy Glanville, who's brought his own footy again. Gets a handball sideways to Douglas, to Jack Glanville. Back to Patton. Patton on the opposite side, kicks it inside 50, looking for Shawnee Driz. And Driscoll takes the mark. Right on the 50 arc. A little bit far out, I reckon, for his distance.
Too far.
You know you're a big fan of his too, Gussie. If you say it's too far, it's definitely too far. Kick-ins board, looking for a teammate. East took it, and the umpire says, nah, play on. Hourigan now hasn't. We'll get the clearing kick for the Saints.
Trying to find Lockie Murphy-Dale. He's been busy without having a big impact on the game. Douglas is going head-to-head with him. Ball spills out the back, and now it's Jack Glanville via hand. It's a raking one. On to Patton, trying to find Costello. The switch is on for the Panthers if they want to execute. Costello goes short, finds John O'Spina. Now they bring it out to the broadcast side. Alex Bennett marks the overlapping handballs on if he wants to use it in Paddy Ryan, the former South Adelaide player. Inside 50 for the Panthers. Great methodical build-up, but chopped off on the last line of defence by Brady Sharp. Sharp inboard, trying to find brother Jake. Whistle. I don't know if there was a hell of a lot in that for Billy Glanville. Well, it definitely wasn't a mark. Jake Sharp plays on. Inboard, he's found Simon Curtis. Now Jackson East, the Saints. They're slicing up the corridor inside 50. Nice punch there from Patton. Ball's now in dispute, gathered by Spina. On to Jack Costello. And Costello, he goes out wide to Jesse Hart.
As Hart has it, he's going to go sideways and finds O'Brien the outlet kick. O'Brien wanted to pull the trigger, being called to play on now, has to go. Goes backwards, finds Hart. Exactly the same position he was when he had his last kick. Now he's gone short, found Ryan. Paddy, what can he do? He's got a short lead from Sanson. It's a nice one and honoured. Takes the mark out in front. Just defensive side of centre wing here for the Panthers. Sanson now down the line. It's a nice kick, just a little bit short of Driscoll. Driscoll can't pick it up cleanly, goes back and gets it now. Handball to Sanson, who just kicks it around the body, looking for Driscoll. It's been shoved off it. Riley Smith did well for the body work there. Now he's going to go inboard looking for Maraka. There's 3 times he's missed a target, Smith, and it's going to hurt him because O'Brien's got it and he's got Jack Glanville out wide. He's got Cook inside 50 with no one around him. It's a high up and under towards Cook. Sedgwick and Cook race for it. And Sedgwick's taking the mark. It's been paid and he'll go back, and I reckon he's got this distance. He'll have to kick it all 45. But no, he's smart. Goes short and finds Cook. He's chopped into a hole and he'll go back and kick it from about 40.
7 inside 50s this quarter to Lavington. Have they kicked the goal yet?
Nope.
They've got to take advantage of it here. They've got all the dominance.
They sound like a broken record, but again, the turnover again causing another inside 50 for Lavington. And as you say, they're dominating that forward half game and possession of the ground.
That's Liam Samuel, thanks to better electrical Cora. It's Aiden Cook now. He'll set sail from about 40, slightest of angles. Big Aiden, what can he do? Not sure about it off the boot. He's hit the post. Minor score, 4-5-29, 3-3-21. Panthers lead here on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard, and we've gone nearly 8 minutes thanks to Maccas.
Tell you what, the coaches had plenty of review on Monday. Been a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, and everything in between. Lockie Murphy-Dale working his way up the ground, trying to find Jackson East. Second bite of the cherry. He's marked the ball. How many for Jackson? David Wink on the 40-wing stat sheet.
This will be number 8 for the game. The 5th in this quarter.
The big ball winners are getting busy. And once again, a poor kick coming through the corridor. Works out okay. For Lavington, that is. Douglas by hand receives the 1-2, and they go out towards the Velodrome side. Great punch coming through from Hourigan. He went the big fist, gained about 20 metres for a stoppage. Boundary throwing, true centre wing on the Velodrome side. As we go to Liam Scammell, thanks to Corowa Tiles.
Yeah, it's just been more contested this quarter, I'd say, boys. A lot more numbers up around the ball and a number of turnovers again. So a little bit of a messy start to the second term.
Another tap to Smith. Colagero's over it. Clean finally was Riccardi. His one goes back to Jake Sharp, who kicks it inside 50. Bowls through Murphy-Dale. Spinner just shoves Costa out of the way. What can he do? Spoons. Got to find a target with this kick. It's over the top of Smith. Umpire says play on, might have been dragged off it. Now it's Riley Smith, tackled by Darcy. Del Bosco, handballs to Riley Smith, back to Munro. Munro on the boot for the Saints, will head inside 50 again. Under it's Cossa, brings down the whole pack with him. There's big Toby. Ball's at ground level, who can be clean? Just fumbling around. I think the umpire's circling. No, he says play on. East kicks smothered off the boot. Now the umpire blows the whistle and we'll have a ball up just inside 50, Myrtleford end, Hannah end of the ground.
9 minutes gone here, thanks to Maccas on O&M Live. 8-point lead to Lavington over Myrtleford. Been a really good first term. The second term just starting to get a little bit more congested. Thanks to our friends at Jayco Albury Wodonga. Nice mark by Riley Smith on the Velodrome side. Who brought that dog?
Dogs at the football. Where's Panda?
Panda will be blowing up. I don't actually think you're allowed dogs, but anyway, inside 50.
Oh,
big toss, Toby. I reckon he's marked it. He has. Umpires paid it. Took it at the highest point. Big Toby Cossa and the ruckman can go back and have a set shot in a pretty tight angle scam.
Yeah, spot on, mate. It was something we spoke about pre-game, just the big aerial targets that they have got, Myrtleford, and Big Costa will go back and have a shot now.
It's a glorified cat as well.
I don't think it's that dog, because that dog's mouth was not moving when those parks were coming through the effects mic.
There could be a dog out the back.
I reckon that might be what it is.
Anyway, that's a problem for half-time. Here's Toby Cossa, Hannah Street end. Distance won't trouble him. How about the accuracy?
Definitely troubled him.
To the near side, minor score. So Myrtleford, they move to 3-4-22. Lavington 4-5-29. Thanks to CMB Truck and Bus. As we go to David Wink on the 40-wing stat sheet.
5 intercept marks for the Myrtleford Saints in this quarter alone. 9 for the game. It's a real area that they're dominating at the moment.
As O'Brien's got the kicking duties for the Panthers. And he finds Spinner. Spinner just wants to take a bit of time out of this by the looks of it.
I like it.
They just want to slow it down. It's been held to skelter to the start this quarter. What can Jono do? Hasn't got a lot, so he's just going to go long, high, down the line, looking for Cook. Cook comes back hard. Ball at ground level. Shawnee Driscoll just goes, I'm going to get this one out of here and kicks it off the ground. Sanson comes up to meet it, tackled without it. The umpire says play on. Tenardi gets another one and it goes back to Harrington. Harrington's kick towards half forward, looking for East. Well done, Spinner. Comes through. Tenardi's there, but at ground level. He's brought his own footy, Mitch, but he just couldn't pick that one up. Douglas, handball intercepted, goes back inside 50 by Miotto. Hart, tackled straight away, gets a handball away. Billy Granville says, I've had enough of this. Let's get this one out of bounds, boys, and reset as we go to Liam Scammell, thanks to Cora Better Electrical.
Yeah, it's still goalless here, Wink, in this. Yeah, still goalless, 11, nearly 12 minutes into the second term. So, yeah, just a little bit more messy, as we say at the start of this second quarter. Both sides have had chances, yet to capitalise. Here on O&M Live, it's been a pretty ordinary C&V truck and bus scoreboard, I can tell you that much. We've got a whistle here for a hold. It's going to go the way of Lavington. I couldn't tell you what for. It's going to be against Calagero. I reckon he's a little bit stiff there.
No, it was there. It was a hold off the footy, Gussie.
How is the free kick count, David Wink?
5 to Lavington, 6 to Myrtleford.
Billy Glanville.
And up. News through from Button Park. Ben Regoni out for the day with a knee injury. So
nasty.
Pretty bad, apparently. He was one of their prime ball winners.
Yeah, that's a big blow for the North Albury Hoppers. We'll keep you updated some around the grounds thanks to Evolution Roofing on O&M Live. Out wide go the Lavington Panthers. Jack Glanville's had a really good first half on the Velodrome side. Slicing his way through here is Lurch for Lavington. Up towards half forward, Sean Driscoll. Marks on the junction of 50 in the boundary line. Wants to penetrate inboard to Ed Perryman. And Perryman's marked in front of Akai Agosta. And this will test Ed for distance, Scammer. I reckon he's going to have to kick it all of 50 on a pretty tight angle.
He will, mate. The positive, though, for Lavington, that's a much better build-up. They made the ground really big, switched it to the far side of the ground, and just very measured with how they used the ball to gain their mark inside 50.
Here he is, the prize recruit, Ed Perryman. Gains a bit of distance, arcing around, kicking to the top of the square. Oh. The mark's been taken. It's Big Jack. Played on. Doesn't matter. Goal. They were caught napping and whinging to the umpire, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. And it's snapped through the big sticks by Jack Driscoll. And that's the 5th goal on the C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard to the Lavington Panthers. They move to 5-5-35. Myrtleford 3-4-22 here on O&M Live, and we've got a blood rule scam for Cora Better.
Yeah, they do, mate. I don't think they paid the big contested mark there, but still he was strong enough with the big Jukes Jack to take possession and play on Winky and snap it home truly for the first goal of the second term.
It's taken them 8 entries and 6 marks inside forward 50 this quarter, but the Panthers have finally got a goal on the ball, boys.
Well, we got a goal for the whole term, thank God.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty boring quarter, otherwise it wasn't going to be a short one.
Just keep tabs on Aidan Cook there, Scam. I think he's in the hands of your fan club.
I will, mate. A couple of jelly beans will get him back up and about.
Well, it's got you up and about for this second quarter, hasn't it, Scam? Because Scam's here for Cora Tiles, the ball back in the middle. Smith and Driscoll just bobs around. Tenardi, geez, he's been good. How many 40 winks, please, quickly, David?
I'll be 10 for Mitch.
His kick wasn't great in front of Bren, and Lurch can just take this one out. For a boundary throw-in on the far side, half-forward flank for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Currently trailing by 13 points on the C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard. 14 and a bit minutes gone, thanks to Maccas here in the second quarter, which is, of course, brought to you by Jayco Albury Wodonga. As it gets tossed in now, Smith kicks it straight up in the air there. Maracas there at ground level, just bounced like a basketball and got it back in his possession. Come to ground level again, inside 50 they go, looking for Augusta. Oh, well done, Bennett. Got a fist on it late. And over for a boundary throw-in in front of the pass players stand, which is full of thirds kids because all the pass players are upstairs celebrating with the 05 flag winners.
Evolution Roofing around the grounds. Albury have kicked 4 of the last 5 to regain the lead over the Rovers by 3 points. 35-32 at the 13-minute mark. And the Raiders have kicked 1 goal 8 and trailed Cora by 3 goals. Inside forward 50 for Myrtleford. Lavington step up defensively, kicking down the line, trying to find Sedgwick. Sean Driscoll joins in. He was dispossessed, dragged it in. He might be in trouble. No, umpire says no. Much the demise of the Tricolours. They're not happy with that. In front of the balcony, the Gardner deck here at the Lavington Sports Ground. The footy goes aloft from the men in green. Winning the tap was Cosser. Over the football was Sedgwick. Breaks away. Umpire said he had Pryor before he disposed of the footy, and it's a free kick to Myrtleford. I don't know if that was there, and Jake Sharp is down. He copped to one in the guts there, boys. Keep tabs on Jake Sharp. Myrtleford inside 50, too much for Smith. Out the back of the contest, Lavington have numbers, one of whom is Jack Glanville. He's been superb today. Left foot kick, trying to find the rooster. Didn't quite have the right bounce to favour him. Slapped forward.
Jeez, that's
deliberate as you like from Riley Calvin.
That is actually deliberate.
Gee whiz, I tell you what, the umpires have put the whistle away. Big Rob Rample, he said, nah, no deliberate in that, boys. Out of bounds for a boundary throw in front of Liam Scabble for Corowa Better.
That's as deliberate as it gets.
As it's tossed in now right in front of the Lavington bench. Big Cossa wins that one. East with a kick out of the air. Gets a clearing kick and Lurch is there at halfback for the Panthers and he's like, I'm happy to take this one out. We'll get another throw in right on the arc of the 50 at the Myrtleford end of the ground. As a big cookie comes on the ground. Going the ruck against Toby. Cossa, that is. Somebody just takes his time. What's he going to do? He tosses it in now. Cook got the jump and gets it up. Now Glanville. Handball's looking for brother Jack. Chopped off. Just punched out of the air by Bennett. First there's Darcy Smith with a queen set of heels. Look at him go. Great handball. Finds Perriman through the middle of the ground. Paddy Ryan's going to go short. Finds Sanson. The ball movement's been good this quarter, the Panthers. Sanson on the cricket pitch. He's going to go short and find Perriman. He's worked his way into the game beautifully. How many 40 wings, please, David?
14 so far for the game there, Ed.
Being great as he goes inside 50. Flying was Jack Glanville. At ground level was Driscoll. And then Hourigan gets a clearing kick. It's chopped off by Santon. Still at half forward for the Panthers. Ball fumbles around and Swinnerton has it now.
Swinnerton, handball didn't quite hit Hart. Hart's good enough to regather. Swinnerton sells a bit of candy. Swivels, feeds it backwards to Bennett, and Bennett opts for distance inside 50. Coming through was Oosterhoff, brought it front and centre. Well done by Myrtleford. They're going to survive a bit of a scare here. Riccardi linked up with Calogero, got it back to Bowen, and now Bowen exits D50. Right foot kick. He wants the boundary line. Aidan Cook can't quite get there. Very well done from the Tricolours. They survive a look inside 50 for a boundary throw-in. Right in front of our broadcast position.
A great result for the Saints there, really. There was absolutely nothing on, so just to cause the 50-50 stoppage.
Boundary throw-in back into play. Favours Cossa. He won the tap to Lockie Murphy-Dale. Gained some distance, long down the line. Went through the hands of Will Lurch. Looked like me in the slips court, and back to Patton. Feeds it on to Bennett at fullback for the Panthers. Into the corridor. Clever from Calogero. Umpire said no in the back. Inside 50. The kick was smothered off the boot. Shallow gets there now for Sharp. Sharp goes a little dinky toe poker into the pocket trying to find Bren. Set upon quickly by Bennett. Spina finds a handballing target in Jack Glanville and Jack's away for Lavington.
He goes to centre wing looking for Shawnee Driscoll. Well done, Diesel. Beatty gets a fist on that one. Goes out of bounds. We could have a look at a few stats, please, David, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Jackson East getting busy this quarter. He had the 3 in the first quarter. He's had 8 this quarter, so really getting busy for the Myrtleford Saints. Mitch Tenardi, he's up to 10 for the match as well.
Ball's going to be tossed on in. Myrtleford side of centre wing.
Oh,
Cossa.
no, I put Tenardi on the bench.
Oh, silly. As Big Cookie looks like those jelly beans have worked down there from the Scammell fan club. Ball finds its way to Kelvin. He's going to get a free kick for too high. At half-back for the Saints.
Evolution roofing around the grounds. 2 goals in a row. The Albury Tigers lead by 12 points over the Rovers.
Sideways kick. Finds Beatty. His kick, geez, they've taken it on. Finds East. He's in my fantasy, so hopefully he gets moving a bit more. Jackson looking to half forward. Big Toby. Couple of grabs at it, can't take it. Swinnerton, the smallest man, takes on the biggest man. The biggest man wins with that battle.
On the 40-wing stat sheet, Liam Scammell has got Billy Glanville as his captain, and I'm starting to get worried, David.
Yeah, well, he's up to the 18 disposal so far, Gussie, so you probably should be.
I'm Cactus.
You got it for nothing too, didn't you, Billy? You picked him up nowhere late in the draft.
No, not at all, mate. He was my first-round pick. Superstar, absolute ball magnet. But deliberately put him as captain, so Gussie had to call every touch of his today.
I'll tell you what, between him and Jack, they are racking it up, the Glanville boys. And so is this guy. Been a really good recruit for the Panthers, Ed Perryman. He goes short to Aidan Cook. And Cookie's playing a good role today as the second ruckman. He goes to full back and he finds Jesse Hart inboard to Bennett. This is a nice build-up here from Lavington. It's at centre-half back. 20 minutes gone here on O&M Live, thanks to Maccas, and we've only had the 1 goal this term to Jack Driscoll. Lavington lead 35-22. Ball's back in the hands of Billy Glanville. Another 40 wings disposal. Dangerous one to Lurch. Now Patton. Umpire said no free kick as Patton goes inside 50. Oosterhoff from behind. Well done by Riley Calvin. Sedgwick took on more than he could chew. Great tackle. Well, the umpire's not paid it. No, he's bringing it back now.
Oh, he paid advantage. The kick went on. And then he said no advantage because he turned it over. I don't know if I like that one.
I actually am struggling to work out how they've brought that back.
He played on.
He did. Damon Harrington, well, it's worked out okay as he finds the co-captain, or the captain I should say, in Del Bosco, and I reckon he survived a spray there.
Absolutely he did. Save from funky spray, that's for sure. There's now Kelvin. Normally a nice kick. Looking for Kai Augusta. Can't quite take it, but gets back on it first and gets a kick down the line. Great positioning from Bennett. Now has it at ground level. He's got Ryan there for support. And Ryan, still in. Umpire put his hand up, but he said, nope, still in, boys. There's Jack Glanville. Goes down the line looking for Sanson. Good punch from Augusta, but it goes to Perryman in a dangerous position. Perryman looking for Oosterhoff. What can he do? Needs to be clean and is. He's got a couple of metres on his opponent. Now goes inboard. It's a beautiful looking kick looking for Costello. And what a kick from the big Rooster. And Costello will go back and have a shot from about 45.
Great composure from the big Rooster there to look inboard and spot up a target. It was serious use of the footy.
I reckon he looks a bit leaner in 2025. Timmy Oosterhoff, I reckon he's started to understand the difference between bush footy and O&M, and he's starting to make a real impact for this Lavington outfit.
It's Costello. We know how hard he works. He's going to arc around. Set sail from 45. Looks like a bit of a side winding burner, but it's through the goals, straight through the middle, over the top of Norman McClure's hat for a steel line goal today. That's the Panthers 6. They go to 6-5-41. Myrtleford 3-4-22 on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard.
A little bit of a helicopter finish there, Mont, as you said, mate, but at the end of the day, it's 6 points and they won't mind that at all, the Lavington Panthers win.
He's copped that tag from Austin Wicks as young Jack Costello. He's up to the 11 disposals now, got the goal, so he's just working his way nicely into this game. He's had 6 disposals in this second quarter, and his work rate, he's starting to overwork young Austin Wicks.
6-5-41, the Lavington Panthers, 3-4-22. The Alpine Saints, we've played 23 minutes here thanks to Maccas. Jack Glenville was held by Tenardi. Umpire put the whistle away. Wicks got it onto Kosova's hand. Calvin was under the pump and he went for a hit and hope. Works out okay here for Costello. Hot on his heels was Miotto. Umpire said there was no free kick. Swinnerton gathered the football, fed it back. O'Brien on the right, top of the goal square, trying to find Sanson. Wasn't quite on the right wavelength. Now the ball's in the hands of Glanville. This is Jack. This is Lavington at their best. Great finish from Jack Glanville. He's really stepping up to the plate in round 11, and Lavington have kicked 3 on the trot. They extend the margin to 25 points thanks to CMB Truck and Bus.
Just around the body there, classy finish by Jack on the left foot. To kick their 3rd in the row in this second term for the Panthers.
Big brother Billy gets a lot of plaudits from the outside and I'm sure the inside, but young brother Jack's having a terrific game here and he's having a good season, averaging nearly 20 disposals, so he probably hasn't get spoken about enough, but he's a player in his own right, Gussie.
This is clearly the best game I've seen Jack Glanville play. He's really starting.
Really good last week as well. I thought it was really fantastic, and he's just starting to find his feet a bit more with the pace of it as brother Billy gets another clearing handball, finds Costello. Costello to Patton via hands to Swinnerton. Swinnerton puts Douglas under pressure and he feeds it backwards, not even looking. Big Riley Smith says, give it to me, boys, at half forward. Can't quite pick it up, and at ground level, just feeds it out eventually. Ball just zings around a little bit. Oh, nice little bit of footwork there coming through. Who's got it? It's Miotto to the goal square, finds Sharp. Sharp will go back, and I reckon he'll put this one through from 10 metres out, slightest of angles. He runs around, plays on straight away, and he does. Puts that one through. He needed that one. That's his second for Big Riley. This takes the Saints to 4-4-28. Panthers 7-5-47. Thanks to CMB Truck and Bus. We've gone 25 thanks to Maccas.
He's looked dangerous all day, hasn't he, Big Sharp? Mont taking a few big clunks and, the big man out of the goal square, looking dangerous there, and a really, I guess, bright spot wink for the Saints so far today.
Yeah, Myrtleford get one against the run there. They've had 13 inside 50s to Lavington to the 7 for Myrtleford. So Lavington have had the play in this quarter, but Myrtleford get one late.
Back to 19 points thanks to CMV Truck and Bus, and they'd love another one before half-time. Ball's in the hands of Caligiero for the Tricolours. Up to half forward, well done on that fingertip. as the hooter sounds for halftime here at the Lavington Sports Ground on the C&V Truck and Bus scoreboard. The Panthers kick 3-1 in the second term to maintain a strong lead at the main break. 7-5-47 to 4-4-28. Stick with us here on O&M Live. The halftime show is coming your way next. Thanks to Macca's on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
My family is my first priority. We go on adventures. We treat each other well. We look after one another. And Tobin Brothers Funerals will treat you like family too. They take pride in creative funeral solutions and will fulfill you and your family's wishes, so if it's legal, it's possible. Tobin Brothers Funerals, family owned since 1934. And now, caring for your family here in Wodonga and Corowa. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
FM. Welcome back to the Lavington Sports Ground here on the halftime show. Thanks to Macca's, where Lavington hold a strong lead. Scotty Montgomery over the Lavington Panthers. At half-time, the score, thanks to CMV Truck and Bus, is Lavington 7-5-47 to Myrtleford 4-4-28. 2 goals to Riley Sharp. And 2 goals to Charlie Sanson, Winky's man, the leading goal kickers on the ground. What about the 40-wing stat sheet, David? Who's leading the way?
Billy Glanville's leading the way.
You want to
turn your mic on, Robbie?
Robbie.
Billy Glanville's leading the way with 20. Jack Costello's with 11. Copying that tag. Ed Perriman's with 16. Nick Newton, Monty and I just noticed, was walking the boundary with ice. So it looks like he's done for the day.
And had a bit of a where he looked a little bit proppy and jumped straight on the table with some magic jelly beans. And, he's done for the day.
I think he may be. Well, he had the bag of ice, which normally once you start icing means your day's done. But it looked like it might have been a hip. He was rubbing a hip, maybe a bit of a corky or something. So
it was after he backpedaled about 40 metres out of the centre square. So he looks to be done for the day. But young Ali Swinton's got 9 disposals. And then for Myrtleford, Jackson Eastley in the way with 12. Simon Curtis with 7. Byron Calagero with 9. Mitch Tenardi with 11. And Matt Munro, I've got him down for 3. He hasn't
touched much.
He hasn't had a lot of the ball. Myrtleford would want him to get involved in the second half.
We'll do some around the ground. Scotty Montgomery, thanks to Evolution Roofing. The Albury versus Rovers game is going to stun people.
Absolutely. At the moment, it's 9-5-59, leads 4-9-33. The Tigers in front, so they hold a 26-point lead. So that's huge at the moment, and probably the context of what the makeup of the 5 may be come the end of the night, or what it may be come the end of the year. If the Tigers keep winning, Gussie, you said there was going to be a breakaway and they were done, but you just never know.
Well, hey, it's only half-time here, gents.
It is, yes. It could all turn around. While down at Bunton Park, so we've got 3 games in Albury today. Anyway, that's another issue. It's 7-2-44. North Albury lead the Dogs for 6:30. So a nice little 14-point lead
we
there.
do have some news coming out of this game regarding an injury.
Yes, Ben Rigoni may have done a knee. We're not sure how bad it is, but has come from the ground and won't take any further part. 33-point lead for the Roos over the Raiders at Birrelly Park, while it is 58 playing 34. The Magpies are leading the Pigeons at the moment at half-time.
Gus McLeod, Scott Montgomery, David Wink and Liam Scammell, we're with you on O&M Live in the half-time show. Thanks to Macca's. Scam, it's been a bit of a scrappy game so far, but I think it's probably a sign of how well both sides have defended, particularly the corridor.
They have, mate. Yeah, 100%. And to be fair, it's probably the way that Lavington like to play. We've seen them a few times this year, and that's the way that they structure up. High pressure, turnover game. We're probably not keeping a stat on scores from turnover, but it'd be through the roof. That's certainly, I guess, the score source from most of Lavington's goals. And when I was out there at quarter time, that was certainly something that both huddles mentioned. But in particular, Adam Schneider around how pleased he was with their turnover game.
Lavington, they love to hunt, and they're the number 1 tackling team in the competition. They average 60 tackles per game. I know it's a very tough stat to take live, but it's probably something that they would be doing in their own box with a few, I suppose, key indicators, your KPIs at breaks, because when they hunt the ball, scam and cause turnover, that's where they are scoring from, like you mentioned, and they don't have a superstar full forward like a Kalen Bradkey, or they don't have a gun on baller that's going to kick 5 goals from the midfield each and every week. They've just got a bunch of role players, and they're all playing in unity. Yeah, they do, mate. And especially, if the ball hits the ground inside forward 50, they've just got a lot of players that are very clean at ground level. Jack Glanville, we saw that snap around the body, which was a nice clean finish, and it doesn't have to be the cleanest of entries for them to be able to score. Winky, on the 40-wing stat sheet, what's catching your eye? What's alarming? Who needs to get busier? Who do the coaches need to start putting a bit of time and attention into on the 40-wing stat sheet? Well, Matt Munro, I mentioned him. I've got him down for the 3 disposals. We haven't called his name virtually at all. He's a really important cog and a real barometer for the Myrtleford Saints. If he's up and about, they're playing good footy. I think Lockie Murphy-Dale as well, he's looked almost like he's going to... It's an almost game from Lockie, isn't it? And to be fair, a lot of it's not his fault. He's been leading up and the ball's been kicked at his foot, and it's been a few half volleys, but he's been pretty well held today by the Lavington back 6. And, if those two can get involved, Myrtleford,
will start playing a lot better footy, I feel.
Liam Scammell and Matt Munro both have something in common. Both dominated for Werribee in the VFL. I'm trying to get a bite here, and I'm not having much luck from Scam. But Matty Munro, like you mentioned, Winky, he's a barometer. Does Funky try and get him in the game? Scam by maybe getting him to half back. We know he's an elite kick, and he is coming back after having Influenza B, I think he had.
Influenza B, yep.
Which smashed through Myrtleford. But do they just try and get some of their prolific ball winners in the game? They try and manufacture it.
Potentially, mate. Not just a prolific ball winner, but a great user of it. He's got pace in the legs as well. The amount of times that we've called that turnover off halfback, they need to find another way to be able to sort of transition the ball. So given that he is having such a quiet day, Winky, that could be a move that they look to at half-time, the Saints.
You hit the nail on the head, Scam. How many times have we called where they've turned it over coming out of their back six? And a play like Matty Munro is someone who can pierce the middle of the ground, hit that 45, and opens up the whole fat side of the ground.
Yeah, I thought when Gus was saying that you and Matty had something in common, it might have been that you got burnt by Fraser Dale or something, but I couldn't remember Matty ever getting burnt by Fraser Dale. But anyway, he came to save your day, didn't he, last year?
The great man.
No, you're right. They've just probably got 4 or 5 guys at the moment, Myrtleford, who aren't contributing to what's going on out there. I think there's been some really poor decisions by some of the guys that aren't playing well as well. So they need to just get some guys in there. I think Kai Augusta's another one. I think he really needs to get in the game. I think they need to throw him in the middle and maybe just let him go, because at half forward he hasn't really touched it at the moment. So they need the ball in his hands. A
couple of things that I would like to see the Myrtleford Alpine Saints do is maybe try and get a bit more isolation for a few of their forwards. We've seen Lockie Murphy-Dale get a lot of those half chances with the ball's being kicked to him on a half volley, or he's have to try and invent something a little bit because there's so much space and pressure around him. Do we try and get a Riley Sharp up the ground a little bit, who has kicked 2 goals, and try and clunk him and maybe get a Lockie Murphy-Dale out the back? Or because every time players like Murphy-Dale, Augusta are getting the ball inside 50 or in a dangerous spot, they're set upon by 3 or 4 Panthers, and they've got no time to work.
Yeah, and I think that's the way the Panthers want to play, though. That's the way they want to play, and they set up to play that way. So I get what you're saying, Gussie, but the Panthers don't allow sides to do that because they press up and they put so much pressure on the ball carrying around the contest and push numbers to the contest that trying to get that number out the back, I don't think would be a strategy that would come off and they'd be able to get the ball out the back.
Well, it's being able to take it away from the source cleanly, isn't it? If they want to be able to get it out the back, they just haven't really had that time around stoppage and the way that they've been, exiting congestion to be able to get the ball out the back. The ground certainly sets up that way with numbers up the ground, and trying to get someone like Murphy-Dale out the back is certainly, a great avenue, but they've got to be able to take it away cleanly from stoppage.
They do trail, and they probably need to kick the first goal or 2 in the third term.
It took them to the 25-minute mark of that quarter to kick a goal. So they need to find a way to score quickly and hit the scoreboard regularly in this third and fourth quarter.
Monty, you've got a big update, Evolution Roofing around the grounds in the Tallangatta League.
I do. Top of the table clash out there. Kiewit taking on Barney. Barney kicked the last 7 goals to lead 59-27. So
Big Moose having a day.
Big Moose and Straps Walker, a couple of the EGS boys. So
very good.
Yes,
it could be a very happy workplace,
it
considering Corowa are in front as well.
Yes,
Monday could be a good day to EGS.
Dylan Blasick might be a little bit upset. He plays for Kiwa, but the other boys will be happy.
Nolan Moose, he might not turn up on Monday.
He's good on Monday.
Especially Barney have a function tonight.
Very good.
Last week. He wasn't any good on Monday.
We'll take a break here on O&M Live. It's the halftime show. Thanks to Macca's, done and dusted. On the other side of the break, can Myrtleford come out with a vengeance? In the second half, Lavington, they lead over the Tricolours on O&M Live. You won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
My family is my first priority. We go on adventures. We treat each other well. We look after one another. And Tobin Brothers Funerals will treat you like family too. They take pride in creative funeral solutions and will fulfill you and your family's wishes, so if it's legal, it's possible. Tobin Brothers Funerals, family owned since 1934. And now, caring for your family here in Wodonga and Corowa. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a hole, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
On Edge FM.
Welcome back to O&M Live. Some breaking news from Scott Montgomery. You've spotted a man who's got the hoodie on.
Yeah, we spoke about it, how he was walking around the boundary during half-time, and now he's come back with the hoodie on and the ice still in hand. So Nick Newton, I reckon, he's out of the game, boys. He's done.
Can we get an update from the Liam Scummel fan club down there to fill us in on what that injury is?
I can Scam has some hand signals that you can send down there and see what happens.
I can certainly get it three-quarter time, and I'll be due a couple of jelly beans by then as well. So,
surprised you didn't run down the rooms at half-time, Scam.
Another around the ground thanks to Evolution Roofing. Beechworth First Lagoon, a 2-point lead at half-time to Beechworth over the Doggies. And Monty repeating that other half-time score between Kiwa and Barnawatha.
Yeah, 27-59. Barnawatha with a bit of an upset brewing. So top of the table clash there, 1v2. So it will be interesting. But we do have a Kiwa boy at work, and he said they got a few missing this week and wasn't overly confident.
There you go. Watch this space. I can confirm that Nick Hines has taken the field for Midda United after passing a fitness test, which I didn't think even would happen today.
Hang on.
What fitness test could he possibly pass?
Whether he is fit or not.
5 push-ups?
Getting out of bed.
Yeah, walking to the car.
The big hig is played, and that's good for my trip to the States.
I had a bit of mail earlier from Neil Donkey Smith that he was on the fish bowls last night at Taco Bell.
Well,
I was there. I was there. He was seated at the other end of the table to me,
didn't
so
see-
I can't comment.
Geez,
Well,
scam.
I'll comment. I drove him home at 1 a.m.
Well, I was going to say, Donk seemed to think he'd had a few fish bowls, not just a couple.
Don't worry.
Scam wasn't watching that.
There was plenty of fish bowls getting around. Me and Scam, us professionals, we're having a couple of Coke Zeros.
That's right. Yeah.
So here we go.
Had to be fresh for a big day today, Bussy.
And Scam's still got to lift home. 7-5-47 to 4-4-28 is the score as the second half commences on O&M Live. It's all thanks to Albury Wodonga MG.
Ball goes up. Smith and Driscoll do battle again. Smith wins that, but Costello gets it at ground level. Kick just goes straight up in the air, and Glanville, that's Jack, gets the clearing kick. Gets it towards half forward. Sean Driscoll's there for the Panthers. Gets the handball to the running Swinnerton. That's going to be pushing the back downfield. Doesn't matter. The Rooster took the mark anyway, and he'll have a shot on goal from about 30 out.
Yep. Lovely ball use, lovely entry to start the second half, just what Lavington would want. And, when you're down at half-time, you want to kick that first goal of the third term. So this could really sort of continue that momentum on for the Panthers.
Yeah, it was a great kick inboard, even though he got pushed, Swinnerton, as he kicked it. And Rooster was a bit too quick on the lead, took the mark anyway, even though they got the down the field. Oosterhoff doesn't like it off the boot. Does not trouble the scorers. Out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick to the Saints in the back pocket, and it'll go to the way of Mitchy Del Bosco.
The Rooster's back, eh?
The real Rooster.
That's
Please
the real
stand
Rooster.
up.
Mitch Del Bosco, who's got it in the back pocket for Lavington. They're going to go Velodrome side. Well, Myrtleford, I should say. Flying across Jackson East, who's been solid today, but without having a dominant impact. The Saints have looked to him to have a big second term. As he goes short, Lockie Murphy-Dale finally gets a lead that hits him on the chest. He's got it across half-back, Velodrome side. They're kicking to the number 2 end. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints, long down the line. Bren up against Bennett. Bennett did enough defensively to cause a boundary throw in, true centre wing on the Velodrome side.
Not a turnover as such there, boys, but again, Lavington setting up the ground exactly how they want to defend and cause the long kick down the line.
It's like Jake Sharp getting a fair bit of attention down there straight after half-time.
With his sharp haircut.
There's a nice little punch there from Munro. Gets it to Tenardi. Gets a handball to Curtis. Back to Tenardi. Tenardi finds Sharp. On the arc, goes inside 50. Poor kick. Patton chops it off for the Panthers. Gets it on the left boot and somehow finds Billy Glanville. This bloke just finds space. Well, there is no space. He's gone inboard. Gets it to Perryman. To Jack Glanville. Jack's handball finds Cook in the middle of the ground. Quick hands to Ryan. Links up now with Glanville. He goes back looking for brother Billy, and he finds him. Goes to the top of the goal square. The big Rooster's going to get out the back. Rooster, can he get a boot on it? Timmy Oosterhoff, steel line goal today. Gets the first for the second half to the Panthers. That's his second. And here they go, the Panthers. That takes them to 8-5-53. 4-4-28 on the Peter Bowen Holmes scoreboard.
That's a bit better for the big fella. That's how he likes him. He's not going to put those ones out in the full wink.
No, that's right. But you see the way Lavington want to just keep the ball in movement there in the middle of the ground. Just kept sieging the ball forward with handball. They had the waves come behind them and they get that one out the back and Rooster finishes it off nicely.
Equal game high lead here to Lavington of 25 points, and Funky Miller, he'll be very annoyed with that. Coast to coast from Lavington, and they were caught napping the Alpine Saints after a promising look inside 50. A goal after 3 minutes here in the third term, a slightly better start. And Pat Ryan pirouettes and finds a handballing target. This is going to be good play here from Lavington. Douglas off half-back, he finds Aidan Cook. Cook wants to penetrate inside 50, trying to find Oosterhoff, went through his mitts, out the back, Swinnerton's dangerous, wants to find the left, Swinnerton goes bang! Kicked 3 goals in 20 minutes of footy for GWS in the VFL last week, and Swinnerton, and his return to O&M footy, is picking up where he left off. That's a steal line goal of the day.
Spot on, Bussy. And, we've spoken a few times today that it doesn't have to be the cleanest of entries for Lavington. They don't mind the ball on the ground, and Swinnerton just smart and quick, agile there out the back and finish truly.
I'd almost say they prefer the ball to come in like that with the dangerous smalls they've got around there. They've obviously got Big Rooster and Charlie Sanson, but when the ball comes in like that, Swinnerton and Shawnee Driscoll, they're so hard to stop. The Lavington Panthers looking dangerous here.
Oh, I reckon the message might have been from Snides. Let's get it big and long and quick to the top of the goal square, because that's what they've done their first couple of entries.
They got on the line out too.
I like it. There's ball back in the middle. They're going to go again through Perryman. Gets a clearing kick. Gets over the back. Oh, well done, Mitchie Del Bosco. Takes a really good mark there. He's going to go looking for Bowen Colangero. Colangero now at half back. He's got Sharp short. Decides against that. Just having a look down the line. Called to play on now and does. Goes towards centre wing. Who's he got? Douglas gets the fist over the top of East. Kick from a net. Chopped off straight away, and here they go through Augusta. Goes towards half forward. Big Jack Driscoll comes across. Gets a fist on it. Hourigan tackled. Gotten dispossessed. Hart. Handball now for the Panthers at centre wing. It's a nice little kick, short one. Finds Jack Glanville, and here go the Panthers.
Glanville wants to get it up to half forward. Nice mitts from Sean Driscoll. He's a tad too far to score, but he moves quickly, trying to find Perryman. Oh. Gee, I thought he had enough of that. Great defensive work from Matt Munro. Now the ball's in dispute. Is it holding the ball? It is. Run-down tackle from Darcy Smith on Riley Calveen. And the Lavington Panthers' pressure is relentless.
Spot on, mate. Darcy Smith, he's had a good day, and he's that perfect prototype of a really agile, high-pressure player. So, nice for Darcy to get the reward for effort, laying a tackle there, and he'll have a shot on goal from just inside 50, Mont.
Yeah.
Back him in, Monty?
Oh, back him in. Actually, last week, he missed 2 from similar sort of angles. If he was out on the boundary,
if he was on the roof, he'd kick it.
Yep, I'm with you. He likes the harder ones more than the easy ones, I reckon, Darcy.
Darcy Smith. Kicking hasn't been his strong point today, but this to extend the margin to 37 points. Kicking on goal, truly. Darcy Smith makes it ever so hard for Myrtleford to get back into this contest. It's a game-high lead of 37 points. And Lavington have kicked 3 goals to none at the 6-minute mark of the third term for Albury-Wodonga MG.
I really like what Darcy Smith brings to this side. Something always happens when he's around the ball. Whether it's good or bad, he makes stuff happen, and that's what you want in a player. They've gone inside 54 times this quarter, Lavington, for 3 goals. This one is getting out of hand here.
6.5 minutes gone, thanks to Maccas, and they've kicked 3 goals to start this quarter. Have the Panthers, they're looking dangerous now. Funky Miller needs to get something rolling here for the Saints. Back in the middle, Driscoll and Smith do battle again. Ball, poor bounce for Colangero. Goes past another. Curtis is gone in the middle, gets a handball now to Smith, whose kick goes inside 50. It's not a great one. And then Net chops it off for the Panthers. He plays on straight away. Goes wide, looking for Perryman. Great grab, Ed, over the top of East. So they just want to get moving straight away. Looked at handball, but then just said no, we'll wait. He's going to go down the line. He's got backing back. He's Jack Glanville. He's been really good today, is Jack. Him and Billy have been fantastic. What can Jack do? He's got the short and O'Brien. Decides against that. Just rolls around. He's going to go to the top of the goal square. Osterhoff comes flying. Just gets brought to ground. Sharp. Handball to Munro. Munro to Colangero. And Augusta now's got it and gets a clearing kick.
And it's a nice ball. Works out okay for Hourigan. The overlapping runs on, and he utilises it at Simon Curtis. This guy needs to get busy for the Saints. His kick was smothered. Well done there by Will Lurch. Just got enough on it. Now Riccardi regathers inside 50. Spina. Great positioning from the captain. Too clever there for Toby Cossa. Ball's going to come out now to the broadcast side with Paddy Ryan across half-back. Chipping ball finds Aidan Cook. The Lavy back 6. Really standing up today. Kick down the line was not great from Aidan Cook. Coming off his man with Diesel Beatty. His handball missed the intended target. Perryman now swoops on the loose footy. Finds O'Brien with a grubber kick up towards half forward. Sanson got a bad bounce. This is good here from Lavington. Coming off the bench was Miotto. Missed the handballing target from Augusta. Now the ball's back in dispute. Diesel Beatty's trying to get busy. O'Brien gathers on the left, down the line. Osterhoff got a good bounce, kicks it over his head. Not his best. Del Bosco was held, umpire found it. Free kick for Myrtleford against Sean Driscoll, and the captain's going to retreat.
Finds Curtis. Inside defensive 50, Simon. Kicks it out in front of Colangero. Oh, doesn't quite take the grab. Jack Glanville's there now to apply pressure. Colangero goes back and gets it. Handball now to Murphy Dale. Clean Murphy Dale. Takes a running bounce now at centre wing on the far side. Kicks it in front of Cossa. Not the best. Landing his feet. East gets the handball now to Jake Sharp. Miotto breaks 50. Clever kick. Finds Tenardi. 40 out. His handball smothered by Hart. Well done, Jesse. Trying to get it now is Maraka. Top of the 50 for the Saints and goes to the top of the goal square. It's a nice kick. Does it sit for Riccardi? Lurch is there. He takes it out. Really good defensive scramble again by the Panthers.
Evolution roofing around the grounds. The Rovers have kicked 4 behinds to start the second term. And then Colby Hennessy's kicked a major out to a 30-point lead. Aubrey over the Rovers.
Oh, it could be a ball over there as the Panthers get a clearing kick through a net. Goes to Jack Glanville. Finds brother Billy. I'd love to get the stat on how many times they go to each other. As Jack gets it back now from Douglas. Through the hands of the diving, was it Sedgwick? Billy Glanville's there again, and he's going to tap this one over the boundary line. I'll throw in just defensive side for the Panthers of centre wing on the far side.
Again, boys, just quite contested, a bit messy. You know, Myrtleford just haven't really been able to get their kick mark, possession game going at all today, and it's really on Lavington's terms exactly how they want the game played.
10 minutes gone here for Maccas. All 3 goals in the third term to Lavington. Oosterhoff, Swinnerton and Darcy Smith. They lead 65-28 thanks to Peter Bowen-Holmes, and we've got a stoppage once again with umpire Rob Rample. I think the game's been well officiated today by the men in green.
Haven't noticed them. Been good.
Big shout out to Jed Palmer. 350 games at senior level for Jed, so well done to Jed. Out wide, Billy Glanville's tracking it. Now it goes out of bounds for a restart once again. David Wink on the Footy Wink stat sheet. What's catching your attention?
Ed Perryman's up to 20 disposals. Billy Glanville's up to 23 for the game. Those two are just dominating through the
Look
midfield.
at the smile on Scab's face too. I love that. Destroying the big bus theory today, I reckon.
David Wink's pen's copping a hiding too. He's smashing that clipboard. He's just smashing the absolute bejesus out of that clipboard.
I love how we care more about fantasy than any results in the actual footy.
That's the whole reason we brought it in, to polish a few turds. Inboard, it's Tanani for the Saints. He goes towards Riccardi, Velodrome side, true centre wing. Stopping and propping and now kicking to a contest. And well done from Charlie Douglas to cause a stoppage. Boundary throw-in at half forward for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Just how many 40 winks has Mitch Tenardi got, please, David?
Got Mitch Tenardi down for 15, Mon.
And someone's got him on their bench, I think, don't they?
I really hope Jack Penny's having a good day.
As the ball gets tossed in, Riley Smith wins that one. Tenardi's there again, but the boundary's going to win. No, it's not. Swinnerton keeps it in, just throws it on the boot. It's going to be chopped off by Riccardi. Brody plays on straight away, goes inside 50. Over the top there of Hourigan. I reckon it's going to be a free kick, and it is. I think it's going to go the way of Lockie. It is. The hooligan. He's going to get a free kick against Jesse Hart for an unrealistic attempt, and he'll go back and have a shot from about 45.
Evolution roofing around the grounds. Blink and you'll miss it. The Rovers have kicked 3 on the trot, and it's back to a 2-goal ball game. Going into attack is this bloke called Tom Boyd, who's kicked 2.
Jeez, I think someone copped a lot of crap last year for suggesting that to their coach. Was that you?
Might have been me.
Yep. They did win a flag with him at centre-half back. But anyway, we move on as Lockie Hourigan from 45, dead in front. The Saints need this one, Lockie. Oh, just misses to the far side. Through for a minor score. Takes into 4-5-29. Panthers 10-5-65 on the Peter Bowen-Holmes scoreboard. And we've gone 12.5 thanks to Maccas.
Corowa Tiles, Liam Scammell. Real danger signs here for Myrtle, but they need to find a goal quick.
It is, mate. They really needed to slot that one through. They really need to lock the ball in forward half here with a few repeat entries.
Might need to try something different too. They trail 10-5 to 4-5. Dangerous kick out of bounds on the full.
And that might have been over the fence too.
Well, that's probably the only saving grace from the Jake Sharp kick. Is they'll have enough time to set up behind the play.
That come from Jesse Hart.
Was it Jesse Hart, was it?
Yeah, Lavington are going this way.
Oh, my bad. I was watching...
the other wrong way.
I was going the wrong way. I saw Jake Sharp cop a whack to the guts.
Simon Curtis has got it.
That's an absolute mare from me. That'll make social media this week.
Yeah, that one definitely will. On the GoPro, please, Panda.
Yeah, is it off? Lockie Miotto for the Saints inside 50. Chiselling ball. Great fist there. Coming through was Chris Annette. It's going to stay in play here. Such is Myrtleford's luck. Long down the line from Perryman, flying high from the back of the contest. Second bite of the cherry. Tim Oosterhoff, who's worked his way up the ground. Onto O'Brien. Normally a good user. That's no exception. Nico Sedgwick marks out in front. True centre wing in front of our broadcast position.
Lots of strapping on that knee today, Nico. Just going to go short. Finds Perryman. How many 40 winks, please, David?
This will be 21 for Ed.
He's been good, Ed, as he goes long to the top of the 50. Looking for Driscoll. Gets it on the bounce. Gets Cook with a handball. Now to Billy Glanville. Goes back inside 50. Looking for Swinnerton. Bounces past him. Bren's there to help out. Gets it to Del Bosco. Dodges around 1. No, 2. Nice little short kick. Finds a teammate in Harrington. What can Damon do now? They need to get moving, the Saints, and they need to hit the scoreboard in a hurry. As Augusta goes over the top, finds a teammate who can run. Goes inside 50. It's a poor kick. I tell you what, they have done that a lot today. Way too often.
To that point, it was probably the best they've transitioned the ball all day, but just, let themselves down going inside 50.
Here's O'Brien, who's having a good third term. I reckon he's playing across half-back. Comes inboard, Perryman. Got a bad kick, but did okay. Murphy Dale over the top. Crunch goes Billy Glanville. Up against Declan Bren. He won himself a free kick for holding the ball, and I reckon Bren's a little bit stiff there, Scammer.
He was, mate, but he had, no time to dispose of it, really. But, rewarding a very good tackle from Billy.
I reckon he's a strong contender. Anytime fitness player of the day is Billy.
He won't snob Scam, I don't reckon.
No, especially when you come with the sign. You don't get snobbed when you come with the sign. Spina, who's been good today, on to Jesse Hart, who kicks out wide. Now it's Alex Bennett on the Velodrome side. This is a nice build-up here from the Lavington Panthers. They're playing methodically. Long kick. As I say that, they dump it down the line, but Aiden Cook's up to the challenge. Umpire says play on. He's going to attack the corridor. Smith on the half volley, couldn't gather. Calogero mops up, kicks out wide, and he finds Lockie Murphy-Dale.
Murphy-Dale goes short, finds East. East goes straight away, coming in the middle of the ground. It's got to be a good kick, and it is. Finds Sharp. That's Jake in the middle of the Lavington Sports Ground. Goes sideways to Miotto. Still inside the centre square. Dodges around Swinnerton, goes short, looking for Calogero, who's worked very hard to get here. What can he do? Calogero now, inside 50, looking for one of the big targets. Jesse Smith read that so well. I just reckon they're getting a bit lost with so many tools down there at the moment, the Saints, and don't know which one to go to, as Annette has it for the Panthers, and he takes a running bounce, and we'll have a clearing kick.
Fantastic role player is Annette. As I say that, he finds another one in Aiden Cook with strong mitts, and he just says, boys, we're going to take a bit of sting here. We're going to take a bit of life out of this contest. We lead 65-29, and we don't want the Saints to score. Thanks to Albury Wodonga MG, Aiden Cook, he kicks down the line, he's turned it over. Lavington, you can hear the fist, and I reckon that come from Adam Schneider through our effects mic. He wasn't overly happy. Murphy Dale, centre wing, finds a chipping target in Simon Curtis. Umpire calls him to play on. He hugs the boundary line, and he finds Jake Sharp. Jake Sharp comes inboard. Finds brother. This is Brady. Nice build-up trying to find Riley. The three Sharps in sync. Simon Curtis tied up in the pocket. Swinging across the body, Billy Glanville. Floating back and helping out his defenders. Myrtleford walked the ball inside forward 50. There had to be plus ones. Billy Glanville was up to the challenge. And now he switches in the back pocket to find Jono Spina.
Spinner. Just shielding the eyes a little bit there. Goes short, finds Lurch. What can he do? He's got a couple of options. He goes towards Swinnerton. Coming across as Augusta. Just gets a hand on it. Goes out of bounds. We quickly go to the 40-wing stat sheet. David Wink.
Billy Glanville dominating up to 26, boys. He's absolutely on fire, and you're in trouble in the fantasy game, Gussie.
In a lot of trouble. And the big smile's getting bigger and bigger down the end there with Liam Scammell.
Absolutely.
Jack Penny's kicked a goal, so hopefully he's had 45
not as good
disposals.
as Mitch Tenardi. Anyway, Billy Glanville putting down for another 40 winks, please. David goes inside 50. Sharp can't take the mark. Gets the handball now. Sweeping handball. Well done. Great pressure there from Sedgwick on Del Bosco. His kick now come off the side of the boot. Ball's over, ran by a couple. Curtis is there. We know he'll be clean, and he is. His kick's a beauty down the line and finds Sharp on the chest on true centre wing, far side.
The Sharp boys are starting to link up nicely. Inboard, Tenardi slid in and marked. He's going to switch the ball even further out to Maraca. The fat side of the ground is the grandstand side. Bren's on the lead. Had a bit too much space in front of Jesse Hart. Lost his footing, and Declan Bren's 55 from home from Myrtleford. They haven't goaled since the 25-minute mark of the second term. They desperately need this one from Declan Bren, and Scammy's going to back himself in from downtown.
He is, mate. He's gone back to nearly the wing to load up. He'll kick from probably just outside 50, Gussie.
Declan Bren, a year out at Bright, kicked a bag of goals. Now back at Myrtleford. Can he get them back in the game? Looks pretty good. Just touched on the line. Stays inside the field of play, and that sums up Myrtleford's day so far.
Through.
Gone through? A bit slow.
I said it's gone through, so.
There we go. Minus score there for the Tricolours. 4-6-30 to 10-5-65. Lavington with a strong lead over Myrtleford thanks to Peter Bowen Holmes.
19 minutes gone, thanks to Maccas, as the ball's going to be kicked in by Jono Spinner. Spinner goes short, to the back pocket, and he finds Costello. He's worked so hard today, Jack. Goes long down the line. Curtis was there, but it gets over the top of him, and it's a really good grab by the Rooster. Wusterhoff has it. 20 minutes gone. He's just like, boys, let's get down the line. Let's take a bit more out of this game. Goes long to half forward. Darcy Smith's got out the back. Darcy Smith has taken a really good grab there at half forward. It's one-on-one. Sharp versus Beatty. O'Brien. Good. Jakey O'Brien, really good kick there from Darcy Smith. Gets it in there, nice and quick, and just too much space.
He's had quite a good day, Darcy Smith, and you know when you're one out deep forward like O'Brien was there, you just want it coming in quick. And as soon as Smith took that mark, he just reeled onto that right foot and got it in there nice and quickly, which is how you love it.
O'Brien seems to be playing everywhere. I reckon Lavington are really having some ascendancy, I should say, with the magnets. They're flicking them, and Myrtleford don't have the answers, Mike.
Well, you can do that with a guy like this because he is so versatile. He goes everywhere. He's been up on a wing, he's been through the middle of the ground, and then you saw there he was one out in the goal square, as we mentioned. As Jakey O'Brien, normally a beautiful finisher, puts that one on the boot and hits the post. Put the moz on him there, didn't I? As he takes the Panthers to 10-6-66, 4-6-30. The Saints on the Peter Bowens home scoreboard as we're gone nearly 21 minutes, thanks to Maccas.
Around the grounds, Evolution Roofing. It's Albury by 7 points, and Tom Boyd's kicked 3.
Maybe he's a forward.
Who knows? I reckon Myrtleford wouldn't mind a forward like Tom Boyd at the moment. They need someone to hit the big sticks. David Wink, thanks to 40 Winks.
Jono Spina's just come off the ground and had a bit of treatment on the table, boys. He's just moving down the boundary now, so we'll keep an eye on that.
He's had a very tough run with injury throughout his career, Jono Spina. I'd love to get him back on the ground. Up towards the centre of the ground. Sharp's got 3 to beat. He beat them, but then he turned it over to Perryman. Perryman was dispossessed. Munro went searching for the football. Lavington arrive in numbers, cause a stoppage, and will ball it up slightly into attack for Myrtleford, I should say. 21, almost 22 minutes gone here thanks to Maccas. It's Lavington by 36 points on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Maracas at the back of the centre circle, finds a handballing target in Tenardi, on to Beatty, and Beatty, he had hot hands, couldn't maintain possession. Regathers, and a rundown tackle from Darcy Smith once again. It's becoming a strong feature of his game.
He's going to come back.
Going to come back. Umpire said no advantage. Darcy Smith's going to get the footy on the edge of the centre square.
We've called him a few times today, mate. Just his agility and his pressure on the footy. He just suits the Lavington game style so well, Darcy. He's had a really good day.
The voice of Liam Scammell, thanks to Corowabetta, as Darcy Smith kicks a mongrel inside 50. Mopping up nicely is Augusta. Out towards the broadcast side wing. One-on-one, Lockie Murphy-Dale and Charlie Douglas. Douglas won the battle. Handball over the top. Patton trying to find Swinnerton. Swinnerton now onto Sedgwick. Sedgwick by a hand. Tied up in the pockets. Charlie Sanson swinging to the top of the goal square to find Rooster. Beautiful footy amongst very tight angles from the Lavington Panthers, and Tim Wusterhoff will snap. Tied up in the pocket.
He's given the point post a bit of a workout there, the big Rooster as well.
He got a bit of a shove there, didn't he, from Del Bosco coming through. But yeah, what a kick for there was from Sanson. Just got it to the right side of him. And the big Rooster was able to protect the drop zone of the footy with the big bum and take the chest mark.
You can knock off a 2 kilo steak at the G-Rog, according to Winky. Tied up in the pocket, check side, wrong side for a right footer. But no worries for the big Rooster. He's kicked his 3rd, and the margin is out to 42 points for the Lavington Panthers. They're running away with it, thanks to Albury-Wodonga MG.
Both sides have gone inside 50 11 times to this quarter, and the Lavington Panthers have kicked 4 goals to none. That just shows the difference. You need to take your opportunities when you get them, boys.
How many marks inside 50 for Myrtleford, Wink, compared to inside 50s for the quarter?
So they've had one mark inside 50 and 11 entries so far. They've had 6 marks inside 50 for the match compared to Lavington's 14.
Myrtleford are ranked number 2 for marks inside 50 across season 2025, so that's an alarming stat they would to address.
I just think the way the Panthers have set up, when they've got the height to match the 3 talls that they're going with at times, so they're just probably going to have to find a different mix down there, I think, the Saints.
I don't reckon Matt Tabernar could come any sooner for the Tricolours.
Who misses out when he comes back?
I won't name names, that's unfair.
That's unfair. Fair enough.
First time you've...
that's gone a bit
that's
soft.
Unlike you, I guess.
Well, there's a few blokes that haven't really been up to the plate today. Around the grounds, Evolution Roofing here on O&M Live. Albury versus the Rovers. The Albury Tigers have responded. They've kicked 2 goals. They lead 73 to 60. And it's a 15-point lead to Wangaratta over Yarrawonga.
The ball's now finally found its way back to the middle. The Panthers hit 7 in the last 8 as Munro finds its way to East. It's a beautiful kick from East. Finds Hourigan. He's looked good since he's gone forward in this second half. What can Lockie do? At half forward now for the Saints. Nearly 25 minutes gone in this third quarter. That's a high up and under. Who's going to be there? Big Jack Driscoll just comes through and fists that one towards the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. 25 away from the Myrtleford goals.
That kick just plays perfectly into the Lavy back six of what they're setting up to do. They need to just lower the eyes a bit going inside forward 50 Myrtleford.
Particularly when Riley Sharp kicked both of his goals. He was out in front of the lead, so the bombing it in is not working for Myrtleford. They need to address that and address it quickly. Meanwhile, it's Sean Driscoll who was dumped by Tenardi. Umpire let it go. Riley Smith applied a tackle. His arm got dragged up in the contest, and it's a free kick to Lavington. It's going to go the way of Chris Annette. Cross half back for the Panthers. We've played 25 minutes here in this third term for Peter Bowen Holmes. The net goes down the line. Aidan Cook played a really good game today as Cookie.
Lines drop.
Marked out in front of Lockie Miotto. In front of the Peter Bowen Holmes scoreboard, which shows Lavington in front by 42. Long down the line goes Aidan Cook. Curtis has the front spot. Jack Driscoll brought it front and centre, and Swinnerton just bombed it high up in the air. Marked by his opposing number 11 in Riley Smith. Jackson East's handball was turned over. Glanville, he left it behind. That was Jack. Now the ball's in the hands of Riccardi. Dangerous switch. Works out okay. Bren's at centre half back for Myrtleford. Wants to penetrate through the corridor. Turned over by Ed Perryman in the middle of the ground.
Perryman has it now. The Panthers are going to go forward again. Kick out the half forward. That's going to be a free kick. And it is. It's going away to Charlie Sanson against Bren, whose kick was just poor and turned over straight away to Perryman. Sanson, he's too far out the score. He's about 65 away from home. Just goes short, finds Douglas. He's got a couple of options short. Perryman, he's going to go straight away. He's Ed. Ed plays on. What can Ed do? He loves it in! Steal line goal today. What a way to finish the third quarter where the Panthers are piled on 5 goals to none. And Perryman has brought his own footy today, boys.
Beautifully called by Scott Montgomery, thanks to the Northo. And the Lavington Panthers, as Monty said, a 5-goal to none third term. They've got a real stranglehold on the Myrtleford Alpine Saints at the final break. The Panthers lead 12-6-78 to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 4-6-30 here on O&M Live. They're going to have to double their score and some the tricolours in the final term to see themselves in front. Lavington running away with it. Here on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
My family is my first priority. We go on adventures. We treat each other well. We look after one another. And Tobin Brothers Funerals will treat you like family too. They take pride in creative funeral solutions and will fulfill you and your family's wishes, so if it's legal, it's possible. Tobin Brothers Funerals, family owned since 1934. And now, caring for your family here in Wodonga and Corowa. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
O&M Live on Edge FM.
Welcome back to the Lavington Sports Ground here on O&M Live. It is the Panthers maintaining a strong lead by 48 points here on O&M Live. David Wink, you've got the Albury Vital Air's quarters best. Albury Vital Air now in Wangaratta. They're helping you breathe easier day and night. Who are the third term quarter best?
Yeah, I thought Ed Perryman, he dominated that third quarter. He finished off the quarter with a goal. He had 8 disposals as well. And then for Myrtleford, Simon Curtis got up around the footy and got involved. He had the 9 disposals in that third term. They're going to need a little bit more from the old veteran if they're going to run over the top of here, Myrtleford. Their backs are against the walls, but if anyone can do it, it'll be Simon. But they're going to need someone to go with him.
I think he's boundary side. I reckon he's throwing the headphones on now. Liam Scammell is boundary side. Thanks to our good friends at Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better. You were amongst the Myrtleford huddle. Scam, what was the key message from Funky Miller?
I was, mate, yeah. Funky was, really, obviously the turnovers has been the theme of the day. And he was saying, it's fine to come back through the middle, but you've got to be sure of that option. He's happy with them to try and use it wide. They don't have to bring it back through the middle all the time, was sort of the message from Funky. And if they are, they have to be really assured of it. And as you can imagine, the Lavington huddle, very positive, really pleased with the effort, and it was just to finish it off now, really was the message from Schneids. But overall very, very happy there at Lavington.
Liam Scammell dominating the boundary thanks to Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better. Evolution Roofing around the ground. Scotty Montgomery, our Talanga League update. There's a bit happening. Good on you, Robbie.
Yeah, no, I've just done it, Robbie. We're all doing that today. As it's 49 plays 66 Barnawatha's way against Kiwa. So top of the table clash in the TDFL. A little handy lead there, 18 points.
At the 34-minute mark in the third term, Albury lead 12-7-79 to 10-13-73. It's a 34-point turnaround from the half-time score in that game there. Tom Boyd has kicked 4 for the Wangaratta Rovers.
Brendan Cantilla's kicked 4 for the Colorado Roos as well.
He's kicked 4.
He's got 4 goals at three-quarter time, Gussie.
Brother Brendo
with 4 goals as the Roos lead, 72-47.
Jeez, I tell you,
wow.
I don't reckon he did a hell of a lot in his last couple of games at the Raiders. Of course, now at the Roos, the connection with Joel Price. There we go, hey. It might be an all right day at EGS after all.
It will be on Monday at the moment. As long as they hold on. If they lose from there, it will be a very, very poor day, Gussie.
Here we go on O&M Live, the fourth term on O&M Live with Scotty Montgomery.
Thanks to Tyre Power, Cossa gets that tap. Coming through there was Colangero. Gets it back off a deflection. Great handball. Finds Harrington. Damon, this is what the Saints need. Oh, just misses. Through for a minor score. Would have been a blistering start, 15 seconds in. But just missed. And the Panthers now hold a 47-point lead. And I reckon, boys, that's probably enough. I'm calling it early.
You've called it early.
You've gone early, Scott.
Gone very early.
I reckon you might be right.
Thanks. I needed your backup there, David.
Oh, flying high. Big contest there from Murphy Dale. Brought it front and centre. Jack Driscoll held onto the handball nicely. Oosterhoff, 1-2. Perryman goes with a 20-metre hand pass. O'Brien tied up in the pocket. Unselfishly centres it to Costello. Yes! 1, 2, 3, 4 bites the cherry for Jack Costello, and he'll have a shot from 30 metres out. Slightest of angles, caught directly in front.
And that's the advantage when you move the ball like they just did there, Lavington. Obviously get the numbers up the ground and then work their way through. It was just a really clean ball movement, and then lovely little centre back in the middle of the 50.
It took him so long to grab it because it was an absolute shank, I reckon, from Jakey O'Brien. It spun everywhere.
Here comes Jack Costello, number 2 end, margins 53 points. He's all over here at Lavington. Jack Costello salutes with his second goal, and the Panthers, they have kicked 13.
What I've liked about Jack Costello's game today, he's had the run with roll, probably something he hasn't contested with a lot through his footy journey. He's had the 15 disposals, so he's still getting enough of the footy, but he's gone forward and taken that tag forward and hit the scoreboard with 2 majors.
He's turned into an all-round wing a lot. Now he can play all over the ground, in the middle right now as we speak. So just a versatile player these days.
Played a really good game at half-back for the Interleague too.
He did. He was great. I think we all sort of questioned that selection where he was picked, but no, it was inspired. This ball goes up again. Jack Driscoll gets a fist on it. Munro, handball's now to Cossa. Colagero gets the clearing. Handball finds Tenardi. Mitch, need to find an option. Find it soon. Inside 50. Finds Sharp on the chest. He's a mark to kick. Whatever he pays. Riley's going to go back and have a shot from 30 out.
And that's the difference, isn't it, Mont? When they're able to move the ball like that, I mean, and it was probably in the first quarter as well. Sharp's presented really well all day, but he just hasn't really had that space to be able to lead into like he did there. So what's he kicked for the day? He's kicked 2 already, the big fella, and he'll go back for his 3rd.
It's 150th today too for Big Riles and had a baby recently, so well done, Riley. Need to put this one through for your team, mate. Make it a bit more respectable. He's on the runway now. When the ball hits the boot, he'll be about 35 out. Riley Sharp sets sail. Wants it to lean. Doesn't mind it off the boot. It's through for a major. That is their first goal since the 25th minute mark of the second quarter, and that's his 3rd for Big Riley Sharp.
That's the way the big Sharp wants the ball coming in, isn't it? We've seen him kick to 3 goals today, and they've been delivered all like that. The ball just hasn't gone in there like that and delivered to him on the platter like that one was.
So the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, they desperately needed that one. As Monty beautifully called, their first goal since the 25-minute mark of the second term. Riley Sharp, he kicked the goal in the first, second, and now the 4th on O&M Live, and they're going to win the clearance once again. Tenardi, he'll be back in my team next week. Up to half forward. Didn't quite get much penetration with the entry. Bren, clever hands, missed the target. Aiden Cook spins around. Wrapped in a tackle. The umpire calls for the footy once again.
Just quietly, Gussie, Jono Spinner hasn't taken his spot since he come off with a bit of a limp in that 3rd quarter.
They did say at 3/4 time, boys, they were down to 2 on the bench.
There you go. Good stuff from Liam Scammell and Scott Montgomery linking up there for Corribetta. Down to 2 on the bench, and they're running away with an emphatic victory here. The fitness, a real testament of the Lavington Panthers as Smith applies a tackle on Bennett. In fact, Annett, I should say. So tied up in the pocket here. Myrtleford. They're going to look to try and get another one here just to get this scoreboard a little bit more respectable. Thanks to Border Switchboards. Ball's in dispute. Jackson East got nutmegged. Spills out the back to Billy Glanville. Finds brother Jack. Now Jack Driscoll. Opts to dump it long down the line. Gains some yardage. Curtis in a battle against Sedgwick. Costello's there. Munro helped him across Out of bounds for a boundary throw-in in front of the GJ Gardner Homes deck, and we'll go to Liam Scammell.
Not the worst result there for Lavington, as you said, Gussie. Just a dump kick down the line, but to sort of force a 50-50 stoppage, they'd be happy enough with that.
That's Liam Scammell. Thanks, Cora Tiles. 47-point lead for the Panthers as Harrington now goes inside 50, looking for Hourigan over his head, and Cook just punches it over. He's the one that's gone back in place of Jono Spinner, who we just heard won't be back on today. Hopefully nothing too major for Jono.
They can afford to have a player like him sit out with this stage of the game too.
Absolutely. As Smith is going to give away the free kick. It's going to go away with Jack Driscoll.
The Myrtleford player down here, he's got the robe on too, boys, so they might be down one as well.
Just Riley Calvin. So I think he come off, and it looked like he was cramping, but obviously something else has happened with him. So be interesting to get the report after the game. As Nick Patton has it at half back. It's been solid again, Nick. Just finds plenty of the footy. He's going to go back, find its way to Bennett. It's basically at the top of the goal square, so he's going back about 50 metres, then Patton with that kick. That's a nice kick, gets it out towards Cook. Just takes it, he wants it to go slow, but no, now gives it to a runner in Jack Glanville. He takes on Muncher Munro and he gets around him. Kick into the middle, made Driscoll work, that's Sean. Has it on the middle, very middle of the circle. On the cricket pitch in the mud. Kick, finds its way towards Perryman. Doesn't quite take it, but at ground level he's fantastic. Gets it back to Jack Glanville. Goes sideways. Finds its way now to Douglas. Douglas goes short, and he's got O'Brien at centre wing.
O'Brien on the Velodrome side, hugs the boundary line with a nice-looking ball. Finds Ed Perryman. How many for Ed, please, David?
29, Gussie.
On the 40-wing stat sheet. There's 30. Inside 50 on the non-preferred. Nice mark. Taken by Simon Curtis. Up against his former side, and he finds Lockie Murphy-Dale, who's drifted into defence. He's got the ball across half-back. The right foot kicks a beautiful-looking one to the advantage of Maracca, and dropped an absolute dolly. Out of bounds, right in front of the Myrtleford bench. They'll be very disappointed with that. Scam for Corowa Tiles.
They will indeed, mate. They just really haven't been able to transition the ball, off the half-back flank at all today, Myrtleford. It's really let them down. 7
minutes gone here, thanks to Maccas, and Myrtleford, they trail 5-7-37 to Lavington 13-6-84. That's on the border switchboard scoreboard. Boundary throw-in back into play. Tap was one down there by Cossa. Sean Driscoll hacked it out of mid-air up towards half-forward. Clever pick up there by Sedgwick, looking to handball inboard. Perryman left it behind. Now Glanville gets involved in the action. Costello onto Darcy Smith. Darcy Smith, top of the goal square. Oosterhoff, second bite of the cherry. Perryman again. The one time he shanks it was a shot on goal, out of bounds on the full, but it's still a 40-wings disposal, David.
That's right, Gussie. 30 now for the big fella.
As Murphy-Dale limps to the bench here too, boys.
Might be worth putting him on ice too, I'd reckon.
I'd say so. Second game back from a broken jaw.
Yep. So I thought Oosterhoff was a bit stiff there in that marking contest, boys. Bit of front-on contact, top of the arms, whatever you want to pay. I thought he might have got one, but anyway, umpire said no, play on. As East takes a really strong mark there at half-back.
Evolution roofing around the grounds. Tom Boyd's kicked 5 and scores a level. Rovers and the Tigers.
Sounds like he's a full forward, I reckon, Gus. As Riley Smith in the middle of the ground goes sideways, finds its way to Del Bosco. Mitchy Del, what's he do? Goes short for Sharp, makes him work. Test those older hammies out. Feeds it back to Mitchy Del. Del Bosco, beautiful kick. Great decision maker as Mitchy finds Riley Smith on the flies. Diesel Beatty. Diesel to the goal line. Back there's Jack Driscoll, takes it uncontested. And the Panthers will repel again. Myrtleford only kicked 1 goal in this second half. Been really disappointing since half-time, I feel. As a net finds its way to Jack Glanville now at half-back for the Panthers. It's a beautiful kick. Finds O'Brien, his sleeved brother in arms.
They've been superb today, the Glanville boys. Would be highly, highly surprised if they don't feature amongst the best 6.
Guaranteed they will, because I reckon they're both maybe favourites of Snides too, just quietly. As Billy
on cue
takes another one. Just does it all, Billy.
This will be number 30
No,
for
he looks
Billy.
injured. No, that's no good.
No, I think he's got 30 already. I think that's enough. As captain.
Anything from here is a bonus.
The big bus theory in the fantasy, O&M Live fantasy, that's for sure, is Jack Glanville. Gets kicked down the line, gets turned over, and Damon Harrington feeds back to Augusta.
Augusta, chipping ball, Matt Munro. How many for Munro?
I've got him down for the 7, Gussie.
Been quiet today, the Munch. Declan Bren gets the ball at half forward for Myrtleford, in towards the advantage of Riley Sharp, I should say. Poor kick in the ends. Lavington had 2-on-1, and not the entry that the Alpine Saints were looking for.
Bennett was really good coming back with a flight there, wasn't he? Just help out Jesse Hart in that one-on-one contest. So that's one thing he does do well. He drops off his man, Bennett, and helps out.
They're all in sync, aren't they, the Lavington defence? Riley Smith took it out of the ruck, brought it front and centre. Jack Glanville, handballs over the top. Got it from Douglas, in a bit of trouble, tries the handball back inboard. Myrtleford have numbers. East snaps opportunistically and goals. Steal on goal today from Jackson East as he kicks his second, reminding us how classy a player he is. But unfortunately, too little, too late here on O&M Live. It's a much-needed goal for the Alpine Saints. They move to 6-7-43 to 13-6-84. Border Switchboard scoreboard.
Yeah, classy finish from a classy player, Gussie, as you said, but just a little, too little, too late, Winky.
Yeah, that's right. He tried today, Jackson East, but 2 goals for him as playing predominantly as a small forward is a good return, but they probably need 2 of him, one in the midfield and one up forward, Mon.
Yeah, absolutely they do. He does it all, doesn't he, Jackson East? And played predominantly against North Albury the other week as a forward because he was crook, and then last week he went back through the middle, but they need 2 of him, as you said. 2 of Tenardi, I reckon, would be exactly what they need. This ball's just on the cricket pitch, just swimming around in the mud of the boys. So they pick themselves up.
There's nothing worse than that when the ground's perfect and there's one mud patch.
And you always seem to find it as Cossa gets that one towards that man East, but Perryman chops it off.
Evolution roofing around the ground. Sam Murray has put the Rovers in front, 91-85, and they've played 8 minutes at the Albury Sports Ground.
They don't lose from there. As now, Perryman doesn't quite take it. Shawnee Driscoll gets the clearing kick for the Panthers going forward. Who's there? Sanson's there. Just gets nudged under it by Curtis. Mitch Del Bosco's there to help out. He's going to go short, but then decided to go a bit longer and finds a teammate in Augusta. Who's he got? Bren goes over his head. East is there to clean up. No one really wanted it at ground level. Swinnerton now comes through, picks it up, tackled straight away. It's at ground level. We'll have a ball up on the arc of the 50, the Hannah Street end, which is, of course, the way the Myrtleford Alpine Saints are travelling.
Evolution roofing around the grounds. The Raiders are coming. Corowa only lead by 14 points. I fear for Scott Montgomery on Monday.
I did say when we left yesterday, if you lose tomorrow, Darren, we're all having the day off Monday.
It's an RDO, not an industry-wide one, an EGS
Just
one.
a sick day, because he'll be very sick, I feel.
Here at Lavington, it's 84-43. Lavington in front of the Alpine Saints, the Border Switchboards. That's a free kick for holding the ball. Aidan Cook's been superb today, running down Mitch Tenardi. If you can have players like Aidan Cook play a good game of footy for your side, you're going to go a long way to winning. Everyone's playing a vital role here for Lavington. They're going to chip it back towards Alex Bennett, who's got it top of the goal square defensively for Lavington. Switches now, Jack Glanville. I know his name's on the 40 winks, David, but give me a rough estimate for Jack.
Oh, he'd have to be close to 30 as well, I would have thought. Gussie, he's been terrific.
Bennett once again. They're going to go Velodrome side now, the Panthers. Well-weighted kick, Billy Glanville. Every knock he's copping, he just looks a little bit sore and sorer. He's played a very good game today, right on cue. His kick wasn't the best, chopped off by Matt Munro. They're going to get a stoppage. Boundary throw-in on the Velodrome side. 13.5 minutes gone here for Maccas on O&M Live. It's Lavington 84, the Alpine Saints 43.
41-point lead on the Border Switchboards scoreboard. Ball tossed in. Just forward side of centre wing for the Saints as it gets flings around. East try to create something that wasn't quite there, and it just goes over the boundary line. We'll have a repeat throw-in. Any stats that are jumping out at us right now, David, on the 40-wing stat sheet?
Not really. Mon, to be honest, both sides have had a pretty even inside 50 count this quarter. Myrtleford leading 6-4, but again, just not taking the chances when they're in there at the moment.
14 minutes gone, thanks to Maccas. Put that man, Billy Glanville, down for 1 and make sure you get Ed for 2 because he went 1-2. It's a nice handball. Sweeping handball it was. Found a teammate in Douglas. He's kicked towards the Charlie Sanson. Doesn't quite take it, and it's turned over through Curtis. Colin Gero has it in the middle of the ground now for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. His kick's behind Munro. Coming through was Perryman with spoil. Glanville over to Perryman. His ball's is straight up in the air. Cut off by Maraca. Riccardi, a little bit too slow, but gets a boot to it in the end. Cook comes through for the Panthers. Perryman gets a handball to Ryan. Ryan can run. He's kicking out. He's straight in the sun for Sedgwick. Couldn't quite take it. Fist come from Del Bosco. Riley Smith has it. Tackled by Sanson in the middle of the ground. And we'll have a ball up right in the centre of the ground, Gussie.
David Winks and 40 Winks.
Just looking down here at the Myrtleford bench, it looks like Lockie Murphy-Dale's got ice on a hamstring, boys.
Tell you what, the injury toll has taken effect today. Costello onto Swinnerton, retreats now. Billy Glanville, run down by Munro. Umpire said he got it away. It's a 40 Winks disposal, much to the delight of Liam Scammell. Annette, long down the line, not the best kick. Too Saint to navigate this one. Augusta palmed it on to Curtis, now back to Augusta. On the right, Velodrome side, down the line, Riley Smith. Marks uncontested for Myrtleford. Chipping inboard. Works out okay. Jake Sharp got the ball back to Augusta. Now inside 50. Umpires put the whistle away. Bennett brought it to ground, then socketed to advantage. Nice running play from Lurch across half-back. He goes wide and he finds a net. Across right half-back for the Panthers. They're going to try and switch the play once again. It's Jesse Hart and he's going to link up dangerously. Bren! I was trying to get you involved there, Monty. I was going to go right to you. And Declan Brent said, hold that thought, hold my beer. I'm going to go back and have a shot after intercepting point-blank range.
It's the first time we've seen something like that all day. They've been so assured with their ball use across the back line today, Lavington. But, a very costly turnover there.
So Declan Brent has been solid today, only the one minor score. Monty's marked him down for a goal. This to bring the margin a bit more respectfully for Myrtleford, 49-84. He salutes on the Border Switchboard scoreboard, and Declan Bren has found a major for the Tricolours.
It's been, they've come out in this fourth quarter and shown a little bit Myrtleford. They haven't just rolled over, which is a positive sign for Funky Miller and his crew, but a little too late, I'm afraid. I don't think there'd be a hell of a lot of overtime. How many goals we had in this quarter, boys?
Four. And 3 in a row to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
So they've shown a bit of fight here in the last quarter, the Myrtleford Saints.
It's what you want, but it feels like with the numbers down on both sides, he's trying to get to the finish line now, aren't they?
It was mentioned at three-quarter time when I was out there too, boys, about effort and just attitude and being able to run the game out, which they are doing.
This ball's about to be tossed up in the middle again. Driscoll and Smith. Been a good battle, that one in the middle. Finds its way to Sean Driscoll. Heading out towards Cedric. Beatty over the top. Good mark there from Diesel. Comes inboard looking for Calagera. It's a poor kick. How many of them have we seen today? Jack Driscoll takes it. He's got the Rooster standing all by himself inside 50 and he finds him on the chest.
That was a perfect example of what Funky Miller was speaking about three-quarter time around, that if you are going to come back inboard, you've got to be really assured of that. He's happy with them playing wide down the wings. Obviously perhaps you do need to be a little bit aggressive when you are down by so much, but you want to be assured of your ball use when you're coming back inside.
The decisions haven't been too bad. Just the skill execution's been really poor coming through the middle today from Myrtleford. And the Panthers probably haven't been much better. They've turned a few over through there as well. Just hasn't been hurt on the scoreboard as much as the big Rooster. He's on the runway now. His little signature stutter step. The Rooster, does he like it off the boot? He doesn't. He's going to fail to score. And good grab taken from Darcy Smith there as the boundary umpire got absolutely bowled over. And now he's not sure what to do. He's holding his back, but I think Darcy Smith's gonna... Hey, that was well inside I don't know what they're doing here.
They're going to have a chat, I think.
No, he's going to throw it in, but the kid was on the ground. Darcy Smith took a clean as mark there. Anyway, umpire says no, we'll throw it in. Right next to the point post. Let the Smalls go to work. It's very stiff there, Darcy. Very, very stiff. As it's tossed in, the big Rooster wins that one. Going to ground. Was it Riccardi? Top of the goal square, Panthers end. I'll quickly go around the grounds in a minute.
Still a 1-goal lead to the Rovers over Albury.
Ball tossed up. Oosterhoff wins that one. Coming through, Swinnerton! We're going to discuss this, whether it was touched or not. Brodie Riccardi's adamant, but the umpire says nope. That's a goal to Alex Swinnerton, and that's his second steal line goal today from the goal square. The Panthers just keep on. 14-6-90 to 7-7-49 on the Border Switchboards scoreboard, and we've gone nearly 20 minutes thanks to Maccas.
And just on brand there for Lavington, it doesn't have to be pretty, but they just find a way, especially, Winky was spoken about their small forwards. They're just so dangerous at ground level. It doesn't have to be clean, and Swinnerton swooping in there to snag himself one late.
16 disposals and 2 goals for Alex Swinnerton after his VFL debut. He finished with 3 goals last week for Fantastic season he's put together.
Certainly is. And we've got a ball back in dispute here with Maraca. He left it behind. O'Brien got it inside 50. Clever push from Brady Sharp, and now Lavington arrive in numbers. Ball's pinballing around at ground level. Simon Curtis tries to hack it forward. O'Brien breaks away to seal the game. Jakey O can't quite hit the big sticks. A minor score for the Lavington Panthers. 14-7-91 to 7-7-49. On the border switchboard scoreboard, Del Bosco will kick in from fullback.
And he does. And he finds a teammate. It's Riccardi. Comes through the middle of the ground. It's a beautiful kick. Finds big Riley Smith. Smith looking for an option. Called to play on now. Goes inside 50. It's not a great entry. Jesse Hart comes through. Patton's there. Gets a fist on him as well. Goes to ground. We'll get a ball up just inside 50 at the Myrtleford end of the ground.
Be happy for Jesse Hart to rack a few disposals up here, Mont.
Seeing yours, is he?
Yes, he is.
Just need a couple of cheapy
Yeah,
waxing.
just a couple out the back would be nice from Jesse.
Want Jackson East to finish a couple of goals out of this quietly. But anyway, he's the one that just got tackled with the ball. Inside 50 again. We get a repeat stoppage. Lockhart throws that one up. Great tap from Cossa. Smothered off the boot. I reckon we're getting another repeat, are we? No. Just flung out there by Perryman. Ball goes towards Jack Glanville. Just shovels the ball towards O'Brien. O'Brien can't pick it up in the end. I think he threw it, but the umpire said, no, it's all right. Costello gets it over the top. It's going to fall the way of Swinnerton. Still running hard in these young Panthers. Gets his way to Ryan. Ryan looking for Swinnerton again. He's got options. It's Cook. Cook now dances around one, dances around two, and it's a beautiful kick towards Driscoll. Well done, Beatty. Got there late and got a fist on it. Darcy Smith's there, picks it up cleanly. He's going to go inside 50, looking for Sanson. Doesn't quite hit him. Sean Driscoll with the crumb. Driscoll gets around one. He's caught. Holding the footy, Shawnee. Tried to do a little bit too much. It was a great tackle in the end. And the Saints are going to repel, and they have the ball. And I think it was Diesel.
It was Diesel. Or Scott caught him, unlanded 91.
It was when he was a bit slow, got run down.
Run down there was Del Bosco. Kick got away. Ed Perryman, another 40 winks disposal onto Costello. And now O'Brien has had a really good second term, or second half, I should say. Inside 50. Myrtleford went up contested against each other. Sharp went up against Curtis, and now the ball's with Riccardi across half back. 91-49. Lavington are going to salute you and take their season to 8-3. They'll maintain second spot on the ladder. And I reckon they're going to march into September. The Lavington Panthers. Dangerous switching kick. Maraca's got some work to do. Raking handball over the top. Finds its way to Harrington. Bombing it down the line. And Jack Driscoll, uncontested, all alone in the hole. Chops out here for the Panthers.
And he finds a scams man in Billy Glanville. He's going to go sideways and backwards. Not a great kick. Bren does well. Going to get tackled straight away, and we'll get a ball up. Half-forward flank here for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Evolution roofing around the grounds. Albury Tigers have kicked 3 behinds in a row. They trail 91-88, 20 minutes gone.
Oh, it's a nail-biter down there. This ball goes up. Driscoll and Smith, just no one wins that one. Patton tackled straight away.
Another Evolution roofing around the grounds. 5-point ball game. The Bulldogs are coming home with a wet sail. 78-72. It's a 6-point ball game now.
Ball now inside 50 and just finds its way to Riley Sharp, who had no one near him at all. I think he might have just got rid of Bennett on the lead. And Sharp will go back now and have a shot from about 45.
He's had a good day, Riley Sharp. This will be, I'm not sure any shots on goals, but he's kicked 3, lining up for his 4th. And when he's been able to have a little bit of time and space to lead into, he's looked dangerous all day.
Sirens gone at Bunton, North Albury survivor scare.
Ball now with Riley Sharp. Game 150. Arcs around a little bit, called to play on. Needs it to bend, hits the post. 3-2 I've got him down for today, young Riley.
Yep.
Could have had a bit of a day out, but just another minor score.
Yeah, why don't you talk into the microphone, David?
Brendan Cantil's kicked 5 for the Corowaroos as they're going to salute against the Wodonga Raiders.
Your man,
excited.
brother Brendo.
Just kick in now by Patton. It's all over here. 41-point lead to the Panthers on the border switchboard scoreboard. Jakey O'Brien around the corner. It's a smart kick. That's going to find the boundary. Does well. That's out of the full. Yes, the umpire's found that. Well done, Miotto. Just tapped it into Sedgwick's boot. Very stiff there, Nico.
Liam Scammell got to start thinking the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. Winky and him will take the sign down, and thank God Fraser Dale's not playing today. He won't burn Scam. Kicking in ball. We've got a whistle here.
Front on contact on his page.
Yeah, it's going to go on the way of Simon Curtis, who switches out wide. Running across half-back, Del Bosco, raking ball, finds Harrington. Streaming inside forward 50, Will Lurch marked, poor kick, poor entry.
He's been good today, Will Lurch.
I agree. I don't think there's been a bad play for Lavington across the whole 22. They lost Nick Newton at half-time, they've now lost Jono Spina, and their fitness is really starting to come to the forefront. Lavington are emerging as a premiership contender for mine. They play this style of footy, they're going to be hard to stop. Up towards the centre wing position, Simon Curtis intercepts for the Saints.
Curtis just rolls around and gets it back inside 50. Lurch is under it, so is Bren. Gets over the back of both of them in the end, and Hart goes short looking for Smith. Darcy can't be clean. The Saints have won it back. Jake Sharp has it at half forward. He's going to roll around and go looking for brother Riley. Doesn't get to him, but it does on the bounce. He got a lucky one. Gets a handball now. Finds a teammate in Bren, who gets tackled straight away. And we'll have a ball up. 30 out from the Saints' goals. As there goes the siren. 41-point victors, the Panthers over the Saints today. Just a little bit too clean, a little bit too sharp after half-time. Led by 19 at half-time and really kicked away, kicking 5 goals to none in that third quarter. Well-deserved victory, 31 points. 14-7-91, 7-8-50, the Saints.
Liam Scammell and David Winkle head boundary side for the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
Deep in discussion too, trying to work out.
This is a very deep discussion.
Because you know the Scam won't like any poor feedback on their socials.
He's just smiling.
He is.
I know where he's going.
And I reckon he'll bring it up too, just to make sure Billy knows that he's got the seat.
Winkle need to go with him for the photo.
Scam doesn't have a phone.
Scam can get the photo. Scammer can get the photo.
Just say g'day to Fraser when you go past him too, Scammer, right?
Wink, how many on the 40-wing stat sheet for the man Billy Glanville? I reckon he's going to be the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
I've got Billy down for 35, I think, Gussie, and I've got Ed Perriman down for 36.
Ed was really good too.
I think Billy might have been a little bit more damaging. Certainly copped a lot of the hard whacks. 1-2 for mine.
Jack Glanville was pretty good too.
Yeah, he was excellent. Just another Evolution roofing around the grounds. 24 minutes gone at the Albury Sports Ground. We were meant to call that game today, but we changed it to this one.
Why?
As the Rovers lead 13-14-92 to Albury 13-10-88. 24 minutes gone. The siren sounded. North Albury have defeated the Wodonga Bulldogs. The Roos are kicked away against the Raiders. They lead 93-62. Scotty Montgomery can go to work on Monday. And Wangaratta, they'll run away victors over the Yarrawonga Pigeons. We'll keep you updated as best we can in the nail-biter between Albury and the Wangaratta Rovers. Liam Scammell is making his way down amongst the people, amongst the Lavington players for our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. He's just lurking because I reckon he's been interrupted here, gents. He's been cut off by Frit.
Oh, no. Scam.
Andrew Moyer has just
snaked in. No. You can't have that when you're giving out the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. You can't lose that, Scam.
Scam.
You got to be better than that, Scam.
You can't get beaten by Fritter.
Oh, no.
We're going to go down
He was quick on it, boys. He was quick on it.
Liam Scammell, boundary side with our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. 575 clubs with one membership. Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
I am, mate. Here with Billy Glanville. Billy, talk us through that today, mate. Really pleasing win, obviously.
No, it was a big win. I think it was pretty back and forth, especially in that first quarter and even the first half. But then, to the boys' credit, we come out in the third quarter and put them to bed, really. And then it's probably a little bit disappointing the start of the last quarter, but I think we sort of iced it after that pretty well.
100%, mate. Talk to us a little bit around the turnover game and the way that you were able to, disrupt Myrtleford from that point.
Yeah, I think we identified during the week that Myrtleford are a bit of a chip mark team. They like to take the game on. And we sort of identified if we can take that away from them and come up and press up, they'll still try to bite it off. And if we're there to sort of turn it over, we'll have opportunities off the back of it.
Perfect, mate. All the best.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Billy Glanville, the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day with Liam Scammell.
I can't believe he didn't mention that he had him as captain. I can't believe that didn't come up.
No, I think it'll come up.
It'll come up in our group chat.
Definitely
anyway,
will come up in the next hour or however long we've got on air, won't it?
We don't have that long, do we?
Yeah, we've got an hour and 5.
No, we don't. I'll work.
Yeah, we'll
Scammer's going to go bound into the room. Scammer, I guarantee we won't pick you up in the sheds, mate, so you might have to get the phone out and send us an audio recording of the song. The sheds are bunkering in well and truly underground there, but it's a very good atmosphere amongst the Lavington players there, Cock-a-hoot.
Yeah, they are indeed, mate, 100%. Really pleasing. Obviously a big day for the club with the premiership reunion as well, so as the song blares down here as the boys wander off.
We'll take a break here on O&M Live. Actually, we're not. I'm going to stick with it because I want to give you an around the grounds for Evolution Roofing. 100-92, the Rovers trail the Albury Tigers.
Oh.
On the other side of the break, we will tell you who's won that ball terror of a game. We'll also get the song from the Lavington Panthers here on O&M Live as they saluted over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints by 41 points. O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Can't. Embrace the mid.
My family is my first priority. We go on adventures. We treat each other well. We look after one another. And Tobin Brothers Funerals will treat you like family too. They take pride in creative funeral solutions and will fulfill you and your family's wishes, so if it's legal, it's possible. Tobin Brothers Funerals, family owned since 1934. And now, caring for your family here in Wodonga and Corowa. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.